Going
Not
good.
too
What's
bad,
going on,
not
guys?
too bad.
I'm fucking tired.
Yeah?
Yeah, agreed.
We better knock that shit off right now.
You knock that shit off.
Thank you for
It's
hanging
good.
out with us, ladies and
Tell me what
gentlemen,
you
all
got.
our awesome lockpickers. We have a wonderful show in store for you tonight. We got some news, we got some lists, we got some... What else? We got a fight, a YouTube fight that happened.
Ugh.
Right?
That
Right?
fight is very loosely. Is a
I mean,
loose
it
term.
was a fight.
They fought.
Yeah. Okay.
Fists
yeah.
were thrown.
No, okay, it is a fight.
Shit was talked. You
Was.
know? So, hey.
Well, shit was called.
What else? What else do we got on the headlines tonight? Just as quick little tips to hook our lockpickers into sticking with us tonight. What else we got going on? Fallout 76. There's some interesting news there.
Oh Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Nothing out of the ordinary though, of course. Just
What's
the
broken
usual
this time?
Punching
Yeah.
their players in the wieners. We'll talk about it. So
Got a
yeah.
couple movie reboots we're gonna talk about. We got some casting confirmations for some big movies
That's
coming
neat.
out. So that's
Death
Yeah.
Stranding.
Death
I
Stranding
talked
stuff.
about Death Stranding.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Square Enix. Did somebody say something about that, or was that just you
Oh
guys talking
my
about something else?
No.
I was,
no
I was,
Square
I was
Enix.
like, my head was somewhere else when you guys were talking about it.
Here
so
we
I
go.
just
Do
heard
you want
guys
to talk
were
about
getting
Square
annoyed.
Enix real quick?
Yeah,
They're
we
making
can
a
do
new
that.
IP, and they restructured their company back in 2013. There we go.
yeah, no, there wasn't
Okay.
anything.
That's your invigorating news. by
Oh,
the way.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
No, nothing too
Oh, and
big.
then we also have some news in news for YouTube.
We do.
So yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
We do have. I'll talk about it, but we got an RIP, sad day in the gaming world.
Oh no.
We'll talk about it though. That's
Hmm?
Uh-oh.
you'll find out later.
When we talk
Stay
a li-
tuned.
So
When we
folks,
talk
got...
a little bit about.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you did it.
Oh, all I was gonna say was when we talk about Batman a little. I got a little idea for us because I know everyone's here is at least a little bit into cinema, so we'll be having a little conversation about that.
Heck yeah, man.
Groovy.
So
So
when
how's
can I take a nap?
Ever.
When are we talking about movies so I can take a nap?
Talk about that first.
I
Get it out of the
feel
way.
We'll get you
Um,
rested for later.
Yeah.
yeah.
How's everyone doing this week?
Pretty
Who
good,
wants to go
man.
first.
I had a
about
pretty
you,
good
Jeff?
week. Yeah, I had a nice busy week this week. I streamed like almost every day. I think Wednesday might have been the only day I didn't stream. Played the entire. I love that you.
God
just
damn it,
show
Walker.
that-
You and your fucking 2x4.
for our TV viewers here, Walker uses his wood to close his door with such grace
To our
and
TV
elegance.
Our
Yeah.
TV viewers.
To our
This
It's
would be
a
more for our
6
audio
foot-
listeners.
It's a 6-foot ruler.
how many times have you
6-foot
measured
ruler?
on that?
Science. So yeah, anyways, a busy week for me. I played the entirety of Bendy in the Ink Machine.
I saw that. How is it?
Good. I was actually gonna stop about halfway through because I was getting a little tired, and I thought there was only 4 chapters. As it turns out, there's 5 chapters. So I was about to stop about halfway through, and then somebody in the chat was like, "No, you should probably keep playing this." And I was like, "I guess I don't have to be to work till like
Sounds good.
way late." So yeah, all right, let's keep going. And pretty good, definitely. I'm
So
actually
what-
gonna replay it too, because there's 2. At one point, you have to make there's a fork in the road, and I took one of the forks. I want to try the other one next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been curious, like, what kind of game is Bendy in the Ink Machine?
So imagine if Cuphead was a horror first-person game, first-person shooter idea game. So
I'm
it's
sorry.
got
Same.
so it's got like that 1950s-esque, but high, very almost everything's in sepia, or whatever.
Like Super Felix the Cat vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's horror-esque. It's it's a scary. It's in the same vein as like Little Nightmares and what other games would be in that? Like Among the Sleep. Just kind of that
Okay.
creepy indie title. It's like you don't even want to. What do you call those? You don't want to call it an indie title because it's not really.
Well, no, it is an indie title.
You turn around and there's like a thing there that wasn't there before, and you turn back around and it's gone. Like
Oh, it's
little
a straight up
things like that.
horror game then.
Yeah, it is a
it's-
horror
it's
game.
a-
They employ a little bit of
It's
jump
pretty
scare, but a lot of it's just.
Pretty
Go ahead.
It's pretty terrifying watching you playing that.
Yeah,
but,
it's fun.
Break down the
Go on.
concept a little
Oh,
bit for
it's
people
straight
who
up.
aren't super familiar. I'm personally a huge fan.
Yeah.
I've never
Glad I
played the
played that
game,
one.
but I'm a big fan of the lore and like the characters. I know about Joey. I know about Benji.
Joey Draw. Such a cool name.
I've I've seen the figures at Target.
We have them
Does
at
that
work.
count?
We have them at our store.
We have a Funko Pop at our store. At least we
I
did.
didn't know we had a Funko Pop. I just seen some plushes.
Yeah, Joey and I believe Bendy.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
believe we have one of each.
I didn't know that. Yeah, so basically you play a cartoon. Well, so the story opens up with you getting basically a message from your old studio partner. You're a cartoonist, and he was as well. And you were like, I'm done being a cartoonist, and you leave, and 30 years pass, and you get a letter or something from him that basically says, yo, I need to show you something. Why don't you should come visit. And then when you get there, that's when shit gets real weird, weird.
Yeah.
And throughout this, so in a nutshell, like apparently, Joey Draws, who's his buddy, not really his buddy though, creates a machine that I guess is supposed to take ink and turn them into like living creatures, and that's what all the villains kind of are. And it's
Man, they attack you and shit.
yeah, and it's like a bit of a puzzler. You know, it's a bit of a puzzle game. But I don't know. I had a great time playing it. I'm actually probably next Tuesday I'm gonna play the I'm gonna play it again, but run through, because now that I know the puzzles, it's a lot of puzzles. I should be able to fly through it pretty quick.
I've downloaded my son's tablet, and they're like the first one you have to like you have to put like a machine together or something to like do something else, and you gotta find the parts, and they're all like hidden and shit.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah,
So
definitely
whomst
cool.
is Bendy?
Bendy is the
main...
one with the horns.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
main
but
character.
like, what's... Okay, so do you play as Bendy?
No, he's
Bendy's
Is he
the
one-
main antagonist.
kinda. Bendy
so
is
it's like
the main.
spooky.
Yeah.
It's spooky House of Jump Scares.
No, not so much a lot of jump scares, just a lot of like just
But-
creepy
but-
puzzles. Like at one point I was comparing it to like
Firewalker.
Silent Hill, because it's creepy and you have to like sneak around without getting like it has a little bit of calling from Alien Isolation in it. It's got a little bit of the game mechanics essentially is a whole lot of quest fetch. You know, you just run, grab some items, bring them back. You know, it's a lot of that, but a little bit of fighting, not a lot of emphasis on the fighting.
So I guess it's more like an Amnesia or an Outlast.
I don't know. I haven't
with
played
an
those
actual
games.
plot line though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from what I've gathered, and like I've also listened to like fucking, if y'all know who JT Music is, it's like Machinima Music and all that shit. They do a lot of the Bendy stuff. But from what I've gathered, essentially, and like the lore that I've read, essentially, like the reason I said like Bendy's kind of like your main antagonist is like, if y'all know who JT Music is, okay, so yeah, they made the ink machine, and then Bendy kind of came off the page, and like, as far as I know, it's a lot of like, you're thinking things are gonna happen, and like it kind of gets you like your heart rate going, and like, he's kind of like not like possessed, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to check the videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, I mean, the idea
I'll look
is...
into it.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is, like, Bendy, the character that is Bendy isn't even he is actually not the monster. The monster is Bendy is the Mickey Mouse. He's the cartoon character. And then what they do is they create this machine, and ideally what they want to do is the business is failing. They make reference to the fact that the times are changing. And this game... ideally was set place in the 50s, right? So you have this Disney World-esque idea, but yet that business is failing. So as a last-ditch effort, they create this machine that they want to use to create these characters. And Bendy was their the character that is the villain that is Bendy was their first try at it. And the thing is, as you play through the game without giving too much away, the monsters, the ink monsters that Bendy is, as well as the rest of the villains, have souls, and this Bendy character is the only one without a soul, or this villain that is personified with him, and you basically have to try to escape this place that you're in. But there's some interesting, like when you think about the lore on, like, you know what? Nate, you should play it, and then we should do like an episode on it.
I'm down.
Or like a review video on it or something. Because there's some interesting ideas in there about, like, think of an animal like a dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that's how I think of this, the Bendy monster. Like this character is built without a soul, so he's purely impressionable. But yet the artist, the guy who runs the studio, is like, oh, this is an abomination. This didn't work at all.
Yeah.
So they lock him away. So you have this character, because he starts out kind of friendly, and as you read through listen to the little tapes that are flown around, they're not even friendly, but he's not personified as a villain until like way later. So I think like there's a few points in the game where I feel like, because you're running from him essentially, but there's a few points in the game where you feel like he protects you actually, and he could kill you right now, but he doesn't. So it's almost like he recognizes you as the creator, because the main character didn't actually draw Bendy. He came up with the idea. It was the Joey Draw character that actually created drew the picture out. So, interesting. It's an interesting game. I recommend it highly, highly recommend it. Feel free to skim through it. I got it on all the platforms, YouTube and Facebook. Question for you guys. I was thinking about taking the long 6-hour video, and on Twitch you can and here's a little Twitch corner, or like a streamer corner thing. On Twitch you can upload it to YouTube, and it chops it up into 15-minute pieces. I was wondering if you think it would be a better idea than having one 6-hour video on there.
Yes.
To keep it on there, but put it on the side and actually upload it in a bunch of 15-minute bits. And then actually I was thinking too, I could even make them all private and then just release them, 2 a day because there's fucking 15 times 4 with 6, 15-minute videos for 6 hours.
Well, to put it in perspective,
and then I could put ending real quick. I could put the little squares at the end of the next videos and all that other stuff. I can edit them as I go. But yeah.
Like my son watches people game on YouTube, and their videos are only 15-20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Right.
And this one guy, he does Bendy and the Ink Machine, Hello Neighbor, Granny, Roblox, Minecraft, things along those lines, and their videos are only 15-20 minutes, and they got millions of views.
What's up, Ollie?
So, just putting that in perspective, and that's how my son knew about Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy and the Ink Machine, because he actually came to me and he's like, "Dad, can you download Bendy and the Ink Machine for me?" I was like, "What the hell is that?" He's like, I watched this guy play it, and then Granny, Slitherman, because the other people
Slenderman.
Slenderman, we don't let him watch that. Look, whatever. But Granny and stuff along those lines. But Hello Neighbor is another game that I feel it's kind of like.
I think I'm
Bendy
definitely
and the Ink
gonna be
Machine.
playing that one next, or that one's coming down the pipeline pretty quick here.
I have that on my Switch. I bought that and I have it on my son's tablet. Hello Neighbor is good.
It's okay.
It's the same concept. It's the same.
How good you are.
Yeah, it's the same concept. You gotta basically solve puzzles, and you gotta find different pieces while sneaking around this guy's house without getting caught. And when you get caught, he kicks you out of his yard. And then there's different pieces. If in some points he catches you, and then he locks you in his basement.
Well,
there's also times when he'll kill you. I play. So they had the full game.
Don't spoil too much.
When I had my.
He's a killer. But I thought it's who is this guy?
The game loads in, and you know what's going on. You have the suspicion that he might be a little off. There's something definitely wrong with this dude, because you see some shit happen. That's the first scene.
Yeah, and then there's a Hello Neighbor 2, I guess now. There's a second one, which is pretty cool.
According to How Long to Beat, it's about 9.5 hours for Hello Neighbor.
That's wild.
That's not bad. That's not too bad.
No, and it just depends how fast or how long it takes you to solve the puzzles.
Yeah.
I've seen a video where dude beats it in 2.5 hours, if not less, because, and I guess if you replay it, obviously you get faster at doing it. But yeah, it kind of tempts your patience too, because it's oh my god, I'm right there.
the world record on speedruns.com for Hello Neighbor is 54 minutes and 24 seconds.
Nice.
Wow, that's real fast.
Hold on, wait.
But then you got to think too, the guy that my son watches, he beat the whole game.
Lie. No, that's a lie. Hold on, it's 54.24 seconds.
I was gonna say it. I was like, that seems.
He was
That's
probably
real
able to
fast.
jump over and go like through the.
Yeah,
end
I
zone.
actually that happened to
believe-
me.
Alpha. Okay, release is 12 minutes, 48,
Okay, yeah.
46 seconds.
Because it happened to me where I skipped an entire level because I
Mhm.
accidentally jumped out of a frame and it automatically advanced me to the next stage. I was like,
That
fuck,
whole
okay, that
piece.
works.
That happened when I was playing on my Note 9.
I was like, oh, cool. I guess I don't have to do this part now. I just
Yeah.
go move on.
Well, and then
Sick wall hacks.
yeah, I definitely want to try that one next, or very soon here, since I have that Microsoft thing. I might as well take advantage of that.
Please.
That's true.
House of Jump Scares. It's really good.
Okay, I'll put it on the list. Well, we should put a list together of those like categories and stuff. But other than that, I played Darkwood. I was pretty excited about playing it, and then I started playing it, and I was like, I don't like this very much. That's really what happened. Like, you can check the stream. So I ended up playing that for a couple hours, and then I moved on to or like played that for like an hour and a half, and I was like, ugh, it was moving way too slow. Like, I wasn't in the mood. Like, maybe sometime I'll play that game, but it was just moving too slow. Yeah. So I flipped over to Cuphead, and then got real mad.
Oh, Cuphead.
Yes, you did. I watched that. That was funny.
What did you play? Cuphead?
Yeah, I played Cuphead. I got kind of angry. Yeah.
Game's fucking bullshit.
But
It's great.
I
It's
beat the
fucking
whole
great.
first island though that night, so I'm gonna try to play through the whole series, or you know, what I mean, play the whole thing.
But
It
you,
was enjoyable watching you in the fucking plane.
Oh, in the fucking
Into
little
a fucking
plane.
moon? Yeah.
What the fucking bullshit is this with the aliens? Like, there's no everything else had like kind of at least a little bit of a pattern to it. Not the aliens. Nah, the
No.
aliens were just like I'm gonna beam whenever I want to beam.
Eat shit and die, fucker.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But you
Entire
played-
game is just
Dude, the
fuck
one that
off.
really did like irk the hell out of me was that flower though. That flower, bro.
Yeah.
It took me like 45 minutes to beat that fucking flower.
God, I need to replay Cuphead. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, I've never gotten past the second island, so I don't know what's past that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
but you playing Bendy the other day because I've always wanted to stream Hello Neighbor because I see like I said, my son watches these guys on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they have millions and millions of viewers. Like, it's like, fuck. Like, and they're 15-minute videos. I could literally play this, put it on YouTube, and then you streaming that made me think of that. It's like, I need to do that. Because I have the game. I have it on my iPad and my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think it's not. I mean, I would do the same thing I just did. You know, stream it live and then break it up into the 15-minute pieces. And then this way,
Yeah.
because like when I was playing, like I was thinking if I did that with Cuphead, for instance, I could cut out, I could delete a bunch of the videos. It takes 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Just kind of get the last one probably, or the first one. I don't know. But
Yeah, because like a couple of the guys my son watches, like when he's playing, they're doing like this game or another game, where it all like you see that they're skipping like certain parts of the game that's like interesting to them. And that's all. That's what they're showing.
yeah, so I other than like downloading it to your own computer and doing the editing, I wonder if YouTube gives you the tools to like. Can I take my 6-hour video and cut it up in that, or does it only give you just the front end clipping? Like,
Sort of. They give you a little bit, but it's you might as well just download it to your computer.
Yeah,
It's
and
going to
just
be a
cut
lot
it up
better
yourself.
quality.
Because that way you can put an intro and an outro
and all the other
Like
goods.
on every video.
Right. Yep. I
Well,
thought
you
about
could do that in YouTube.
Oh, you can.
Oh
yeah, there's
you
actually
can.
an automated thing that you can do.
Yeah, you just upload the video file, and it will import it into the first part of your finished product.
Nice.
Yep, and then you can just add the things at the end cards at the end, and
Bing, bang, boom, you're good to go.
yeah.
What about you, Mark? That was your week.
Not too bad. I didn't do anything too crazy. I finished the Outer Worlds. Game was pretty good. I got all the pretty good endings, and
Good.
I'll probably be playing it again just to find every other quest, or find all the quests that I've missed.
So when you
it's
say
ki-
pretty good endings, like there's multiple different endings, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so throughout the progression of the game, you make a bunch of different choices, and then if you make bad choices that affect the world, at the end of it, you'll see how it actually affects it. So
That's pretty cool.
pretty interesting in that aspect. I was actually really happy that it only lasted about, I think my total game time was around 15 hours.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like compared to other games like that you pay or you spend like 30 or 90 hours into RPGs, like you just
Yep.
I can't do that. Where the Outer Worlds level cap was 30, and honestly, that's really all that I needed.
Shit, that's it? 30?
Yeah,
Wow.
That's not bad at all. That's good though. It's not overcomplicated, and they make it more simplified.
you finish the game a lot quicker than you expect. It just like sort of ends.
It's good though. Good shit.
Other than that, playing Modern Warfare, working on websites like my normal thing.
Good stuff.
Being
That's pretty much
amazing.
it.
You found that I don't even know how you found it, but that like death run on Overwatch. That was
yeah.
fucking
Christ.
There's actually
was-
just a bunch of websites of people that share their custom-made matches, so I always jump onto
that's
those,
cool.
and they're always like really ghetto-looking websites, like really like
Nice.
2000-ish websites, and you're like,
Nice.
I guess this will work. It's like Genji Run #2, and you're like, all right, let's do this one.
dude.
Guess
I
we're
was
doing this now.
Loading up
Oh.
that GeoCities page, am I right?
Pretty
Oh
much.
my gosh. I have a GeoCities
Pretty much.
page.
There you go.
I don't remember what's on it though.
With geocaching.
Right? You use the GeoCity for geocaching.
Yep.
Actually, I thought that was a good idea. The whole like if they would, wasn't YouTube Google offering servers for a little while? Like you could host your own from like a Google Drive or something.
Yeah, they were.
There was something weird like that. Like you use the data that would be found in there, or that
Yeah,
I knew-
years ago.
capacity.
I knew someone who did the geocaching thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, oh, you
Geocaching's
just go
cool,
in.
bro.
Yeah.
Did it a few times.
Yeah.
Let's go around and find a
Family is
lockbox.
Hardcore into that.
Dude,
Alright.
we should do that and then put like a little level unlocked, like
There you
stickers
go.
and shit like that in it.
Get stickers of that in our own personal streams, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow. Fucking hilarious.
Do it.
Follow.
I went across the country for this. Like,
Yeah,
hell
you
yeah,
did.
man.
Congratulations.
Ollie,
That would be fucking hilarious.
Ollie says he wants a shirt with Walker and James' signature on him.
Let's do it.
It's
Let's
gonna
do
be
it up, man.
Not
level
legally
unlocked
binding
branding.
though.
Yeah.
No.
I still
Just
need to
okay.
I still need to make that boy howdy shirt.
Yeah.
Should.
I
How
think
about
that
you? Go ahead, James. What were you saying?
I said I think that would sell like hotcakes.
You should.
I'd buy one, no doubt.
You should. You really should.
Just
I
my
got my-
face with a cowboy hat on, and it just says "boy howdy."
I love it.
That's my
Schroeder needs to-
catchphrase.
Boy, how.
Schroeder needs to make one that just has the peach emoji and stuff underneath it.
Yeah,
Butt
oh
stuff.
yeah.
It has their own little niche.
Yeah. There's a little
Everyone's looking
lexicon
at-
for you.
There you go. Everyone's looking at it. I'm like, I can't tell if that's a butt or if that's a peach. But like, just use your imagination.
Whatever you want it to be, baby.
Peach stuff.
What is peach stuff? Mario reference.
Yeah, there you go. God, remember that? Freaking Twitch wouldn't let me use the
Yep.
picture of the butt. For butt stuff. That's
Yeah.
what that's. Nate, I don't know if you're around for that. That's what that's about.
Yeah.
I wonder
that-
why.
For the old schoolers here, with it
Yep.
old lexicon there. Butt stuff,
The
Yeah.
ones
out of oil.
that are that are allowed for they're allowed to get senior discounts.
Yep. But yeah, no, when he became an affiliate, you get to make your own emojis, your emotes. So he made one of that, and they denied it,
Yeah.
which is hilarious. So how about you, Nate? How'd your week?
It's a week. Not a lot happened. I didn't do a lot. I played everything.
All of the
that game,
games.
But what did you play?
Oh.
everything.
Yeah.
But what did you play though?
Like what?
I mean,
You
there's-
know,
yeah, like
you know,
what?
Just everything. You know, like it was everything.
How did you have time to play everything?
That's a lot.
Everything
Is
just
that game
it
still
only
free?
took me about 2 hours.
To play everything?
Yeah, bro.
They made-
How?
I'm gonna check.
That's a
2
lot of-
hours was only the tutorial. My fucking dude.
Oh, for the tutorial.
Jesus.
So like all the tutorials from everything,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
just like one tutorial from one thing?
No, like the tutorial for everything.
Oh. So, man, how many controllers did you have in your hand?
Bro, we had all of them.
All of them? Every one of them?
Every single one of them.
How many systems did you have hooked up?
This is everything here.
From
Exactly.
Yeah,
from
pretty much everything.
let's see,
He just had
probably
everything, James. What he had is
Okay, he just said
everything.
everything. Okay.
Yeah.
everything.
All right. All right, continue on. You played everything
No,
from the
but
Epic
alright.
Game Store.
Yeah, it's on a couple other platforms too,
Yeah,
but it
it's
just
on
happened to have been
Steam.
free. So it is the biggest acid trip of a video game you will ever play.
Do what I'm
I
trying to get us to
promise.
do. Oh my gosh.
Press
Well,
X for bad cop.
debate? What's your debate?
Well, no, I can't. I mean, I bet it's an acid trip, but it's probably not as big of an acid trip as like We Love Katamari.
What's We Love
Second.
Katamari?
I'm trying to pull up a video of it.
It's the third
This game is
Katamari
essentially
got.
ego death.
Yeah, but
They've-
Game.
do you have the Prince of the Cosmos vomiting rainbows all over you to bring you back home?
Trailer. Here's
No,
the
but
trailer for it.
you understand that everything is meaningless and also everything means everything at the exact same time, and that nothing is everything and everything is kind of nothing. It's you also start to learn that like you don't matter, but you're also the only thing that matters, and it's a whole thing, dude.
So it's Existential Crisis, the game.
Yes.
Ah.
Okay, good. To
It
know.
also it's existential crisis / ego death, the game. Because like
Yeah, I
it
see.
really puts you in a place of like, fuck.
All I'm watching is a
What?
video where there's a bear doing front flips down the side of a mountain.
It's it's a whole thing. Dude, honestly, like just the path I took, it took me 2 hours to get through the tutorial. If I would have strayed off for like a split second at any point, it could have taken me 4
You
hours.
guys should pull up one of my streams. Look at this. This is ridiculous.
Like, I
What is
accidentally
this?
did this in 2 hours. Like, it definitely could have taken much longer.
Dude, if this is, I want this game.
Look at
at all
I'm
these
assuming you're probably
bears
watching
just
the
doing-
trailer or something.
Oh, if you're watching the game, then
Yeah, it's
Dude.
just like 13 bears
The
just doing
game.
front flips down the
Yeah.
side of a hill. That's ridiculous.
If you want to see what it's like, whenever you guys get a chance, go check out the backlog for my streams, because that shit. Oh, okay. So
Gosh,
without
that's silly.
spoiling anything, you start out as a bison,
Okay.
and then you have to learn how to communicate. And
There's
like
a bison?
the way you move around is you just fucking flip, Just
Yeah, that's what
legs
I was
overhead. And then you like just the path I took at least. I ended up meeting an elk,
saying. Oh.
and I talked to the elk. But you don't talk; you just go.
What did they all say?
That's all you do. You just make noises, and then if you're around other bisons, and you go, you'll like, and then you'll see little emotes, and then they'll go, and then you'll be friends, and then you can make a pack, and then you have to learn how to move in a pack, and then you have to learn how to let go and not let them be a pack anymore. It specifically says learn to let go, and then you're just like, okay, but these are my friends, and then if you don't let go, it won't let you move forward. So you have to tell them to leave.
Yeah.
And then eventually it'll ask you to ascend. So you go from being a bison, then you can be a rock, and then you can be a blade of grass.
Yeah, I'm watching him be a little germ
Th-
floating
yeah,
around.
that's you're ascending far when you hit germ. Cause like it goes from here to here,
Fucking dust mite.
back to as far down as possible, then back to here, and then here. And then there's like this fucking. So I'm not gonna go into the Golden Gate, but I will say there is a Golden Gate, and shit gets weird.
This is
I'm just gonna
crazy.
put a couple words together. Computer, alphabet, boot, grand piano.
I'm offended.
You see all that stuff when you get into the Golden Gate. Like, it's something.
Oh,
You good, James?
I'm trying to decipher the code. Hold on.
Okay.
I've spent years looking at Kojima trailers. I think I'm good at cracking code.
Essentially, like, when you're when you end up in the Golden Gate, like, I'm not gonna spoil why you go into the Golden Gate, but like,
St. Peter there?
so much, it's kind of like the off-world. Like, it's where everything is, but also nothing's there.
This guy's moving as a continent.
Mm-hmm.
He dishearted another continent.
Yep. It's something.
This game looks neat. It almost
It's
looks
a
like
lot of fun.
it kind of look at it. It's the fucking planet's changing all crazy. It reminds me of like Black and White.
I've never played the game.
No,
It's a good game.
Black
it's a
and White's
great
fun.
game. Yeah, it's a good game. If you
Well,
want a
see, the
game that
thing
really
is,
makes you feel like God, it's one of them.
Nate, it's keyboard, boot, grand piano, and what?
Computer,
Oh,
grand piano, boot, alphabet.
Okay.
I'll also
I don't
throw
know.
in one
I
other
don't know.
thing,
Okay.
Dark Planet.
Dark Planet?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So Nate, if you like that game, you should. If you like that game, you should check out LSD Dream Emulator on PS1.
What? That's a thing?
The fact that that's
Yeah,
a game is ridiculous. to
Okay,
me.
so LSD Dream Emulator is it is about dreams. It was made by a Japanese guy back in like 99, I think, for the PlayStation 1, 98 or 99. Basically, it is a walking simulator,
Okay.
but you're going through all these different dreams that this guy had. I
Okay.
can't remember if he was actually on LSD at the time or not. I don't think he was when he had those dreams, but he had some pretty interesting dreams. Let's put it that way.
Huh. Yeah, like,
that was your obscure
This game looks
Japanese game
crazy.
for today.
All right.
honestly,
so what
like-
else did you do this week, man?
oh my god, fucking words.
You've ascended to a higher mind level.
I participated in the good old Thursday night brawl. Always
Yeah,
a
you
good
did.
time.
I always forget to fucking mention that. It's just a way of life for me now. You know, it's just like waking up and having a sandwich. You know,
It was indeed a
I
good
always
time.
forget to mention
was
it. It is a
lots
good
of
time.
fun.
What was the special we did? We did Reinhardt and the ball.
Oh yeah, we did
Yeah,
Reinhardt and Hamster.
Yep.
I saw that. That was kind of a clusterfuck.
I won.
it was
a
something.
cluster. Yeah, that was super clusterfuck. I won my first game in a long time with you guys.
Nice.
As
Yeah.
a sniper of all things.
Yeah.
That's like my least powerful playing style.
The other one I'll say that was super fucked
Nice.
was the goddamn hyperspeed Genji.
Did we play a hyperspeed Genji?
Yeah, we played hyperspeed Genji, Hanzo, and
Oh, that's
I think
right.
the other one was it May? No, it was Tracer.
Okay, yeah,
But I
that's
want to
right.
be Tracer.
That's who I played as.
That was
Oh,
that
and the
one was
speed. We
wild.
had the speed up way high, and the damage
Yeah.
percentage was way high.
Yeah, that was fun. Other than that, lots of Modern Warfare.
Those custom games, though.
Yeah, we
You
play
guys-
fucking.
You guys
That
have
was
fun
a
with your
great time.
Thursday night. Guys have fun with your Thursday night brawl. But man, do we have fun with our Call of Duty custom games?
And
Dude,
it was
I
just the four
really-
of us.
I want more people. Like Jeff,
So
you
we can
need
play
to get
Mike
this
Myers.
game the second you got
I
some
want
monies.
it. I know, I want it, but it's fucking $60. That's
Black Friday, it's $30.
really.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll scoop it then.
Yeah, it was
Because,
just
like-
the four of us though. But having more people would be a lot of fun.
We get
But it-
fucking intense in those games. Like we did
Yeah.
fucking like ninja shit.
Free for alls.
Yeah. Those are
The riot shields and combat knives.
Yes.
Just eating smoke grenades all over the damn
Mhm.
place.
Deagles, and then snipers. And then I think it was snipers only. And James, came at me, and I
Fucking
ran out of
bullshit.
bullets.
No.
I switched to a shotgun and shot him
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the face. I wasn't supposed to have
Let's
it.
have a quick conversation about what James's interpretation of a sniper rifle is. Putting a sniper scope on an
On a shotgun.
LMG does not
Hey,
count
man.
as a
No,
sniper.
bullshit, it does.
No,
Yeah.
fuck it
No,
doesn't.
there is no thing, like,
Fucking,
there's
it's a
nothing
light
in
machine
the
gun with a
definition.
sniper scope. He's like, it's a sniper rifle.
Hold on, hold on. Okay, so definition, or what makes a sniper rifle?
So if I put the sniper scope on the 725, would we be okay with that? I don't think so.
Okay, all right, okay, hold on. Here is the what defines a sniper rifle. This is from Quora.
What defines a sniper rifle?
Oh
A
my
sniper rifle
god.
is generally accepted to be a firearm that is built for above average accuracy as compared to regular issue equipment. The fucking LMGs in Call of Duty Modern Warfare are transcendent of accuracy. So there's one right there. Is equipped with a telescopic sight to allow accurate long-distance shooting and observation to be issued to soldiers for the purpose of sniping and scouting. So right then and there, slap that sniper scope on, boom, I got a fucking sniper. According to this definition of a sniper rifle. Of a sniper. So fuck off, it was a goddamn sniper.
I might give you some leeway if you started using it with single shot. But that wasn't how it happened, now was it?
And all of a sudden it was.
Well, there's yeah. What says you can't have a fucking burst shot or fully automatic sniper?
Yeah,
Like
right.
semi-automatic snipers. All right, so should we ban the semi-automatic ones? Only bolt action?
No!
Yes.
But at least you have to like get your finger off of the trigger for half a second. You don't just leave it on and lean it and just fucking
That's all I
Gatling
do is
gun your
me.
way through.
I can shoot those semi-automatic guns pretty goddamn quick, bud.
All right,
Yeah,
next
that
time I'm
was-
You're
throwing the
su-
725 on with a sniper.
Yeah, exactly. You could have used that. They had a sniper scope to the fucking gun.
No.
Yeah, then we did some like hardened ones. It was one-shot kills, and it was.
Yeah.
But we did a bunch of custom things, and there
We
was
had that group hug in the shower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
there was one where we did
Now I have to get the game if that's
Bots.
what you guys are doing.
Hell yeah.
but
Dude,
it
the
was
bots
a
are
good.
still
Can't believe I'm missing out
overpowered
on
as shit.
missing out on potential bro moments like
Mm-hmm.
hugging in the shower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we have riot shields.
It's a
and
bonding
when-
experience.
When you go head to head with the riot shield, all you do is this. And so you're
Yeah.
pushing each other with the riot shield, not doing any damage. So the four of us are trying to smack each other with the riot shields. No one's
And then
doing
Mark
shit.
comes out of fucking nowhere and just ganks all of us with his knife.
Yeah, it cuts your fucking Achilles heel, or fucking Achilles tendon, and just drops you.
But
You're
no,
just sneaking on up.
yeah, but those custom matches are pretty hilarious. They were fun.
Hell yeah.
We did a map that's only meant for 4 people. We did it with 5.
That's the shower.
Yeah, there's a shower.
4 and then 5. So 9 people.
No, it was 7. It was
7 bots.
It was 13 people. We did a map that was only equipped for 4 people. So you would spawn literally in front of somebody and get sniped right in the face.
Just decimated. You would get sniped by their LMG because
Yeah.
it's a sniper.
Like you literally spawn die. Like you spawned into bullets because that's how small the map is. Because it's not meant for more people. It's a 2v2. It's a 2v2 map that we made a 13 for all free for all 13 everyone kill each other map. It was hilarious. That was a good time though.
Those are
Right.
fun. I think custom maps are probably one of the funnest
Mm-hmm.
ways of playing. Especially when you
Yeah,
have a large
custom
group
game
of
modes could add a
people.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
I've
really
had
want to
too
be able
many.
to get, like, quite a few people in him. I want to play some Mike Myers. I haven't played the game in so long.
Yeah,
Did
that'd
you
be
ever-
cool.
Do you know what Mike Myers is, Schroeder?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
So, one person runs around with a knife. Nothing else.
Okay.
Did you
Everyone
ever
else
play
is
Infected on
fucking-
Halo?
It's a little bit more than that, because, like, you can fight back in Infected.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, Mike Myers, you're specifically supposed to run away so they can't catch you, and you have a full map. Your goal is to outrun the clock. And like, every time someone dies, it's a no respawn. So your goal is just live as long as possible without getting stabbed by the first person.
Okay.
Infected, you also build your like quote unquote zombie army, your infected army. But this, it's just people drop, will die out because they get killed, and there's no respawn. I personally thought it was a lot of fun. I played it a lot on Black Ops 1, back on the original Nuketown, is what me and some of my friends on the 360 did. That's a lot of fun, in my opinion, at least.
Good game mode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fun.
You're
yeah,
not
I'll
speaking.
eventually. Ooh, Walker?
Oh, my headset was muted. There's honestly quite a few of us that play. We just don't play together.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's us four, me, Nate, James, and Mark, Jeremy Miller, Nate Suschek, this guy Trevor, Tracer, their computer supervisor, another guy named Justin that they play with. There's at least 10 people plus that play this game.
I mean, we got Stevie. We have my buddy Hunter.
Yeah.
We played with him the other day for a little bit.
So anywhere between 10, if we can get everyone together, we probably have close to 15 people,
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
which would be awesome.
That would
But
be
the
cool.
chances of getting us all together is very hard. Because every time I text Miller to play, he doesn't answer me.
Just ignores. Leaves you on red.
He does. And Nate Suschek hates Discord, so. But still, though, even just without them, we still have almost 10 people
Mm-hmm.
at any given time that could play.
Yeah.
Us five, you add Stevie, that's automatically 6. Nate, I know you always have people to add on, so
Mm-hmm.
good time. How about you, James?
I had a pretty. I played a lot of stuff. So Walker, do you want to go?
Well, my week was pretty boring. Literally just played Call of Duty and played the Overwatch. Didn't do anything of true excitement, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I really didn't. I didn't even stream, which I'm mad about. I got to get back into that. Got really sick from Buffalo Wild Wings. That's something.
Typical trip to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, so that was always an exciting time there. Other than that, that was pretty much it. My hopefully my the fun fact that you know how the daylight savings time thing happened, and because we don't do daylight savings time,
Yeah.
so my schedule I didn't realize changed. Because I was usually 2 hours behind Central Time, which puts my work schedule at 9:30 to 6. But because we don't participate in daylight savings time, I'm only an hour behind Central Time now. So now my schedule's 10:30 to 7. Son of a bitch.
Nice.
And I didn't realize that, so I ended up clocking in an hour early the one day. But I messaged my boss, and I was like, it's probably super confusing and makes no sense, this email right now. Like, 'cause I called the one at MOD, and I was like, this is what happened. And he was like, what do you mean you don't have daylight savings time? I was like, yeah, it's fucking confusing. I was like, yeah, it is. I can't follow your logic at all. So hopefully we can switch it to where I can go back to 9:30 to 6. So, but other than that, it was pretty boring week. Watched the Logan Paul fight. That was pretty much the highlight of my week.
All right, can we talk about that Logan Paul fight real quick? Because I watched it too. Nate
Do it.
watched it as well.
I think Schroeder did too.
Oh, Schroeder watched it. Mark, did you watch it?
No, I'm the weird one.
Smart. I'm just glad. So Logan actually had some. He definitely put in some work.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely looked like an amateur in the ring,
An excited amateur.
but he did have pretty good poise. He was pretty smart at points in the ring. It overall he did pretty well. KSI should legally not be allowed near a fucking ring for the rest of his life. He looked so goddamn sloppy.
Yeah.
Fucking rainbow punches.
It looked like he first walked into the ring about a week before his match. That's when he started training. It was a goddamn embarrassment to the sport.
Oh man.
No matter, both of it was just it was not a good fight. It was clinches and headshots the game.
I was surprised how much fucking Logan Paul kept putting like him in a headlock.
Well,
Like, what are you doing?
That just shows his amateurness. That
Yeah.
just shows, how uncomfortable he was.
Well, a lot of
It was
the
better than expected, though.
I thought that's
definitely
how
was.
they usually like rest. Like when they're getting winded,
That-
that's like one of the ways they go
Well,
about.
They
That is
usually
the
hook
red.
like this.
Yeah.
Like they'll hook their arms, but Logan kept hooking his head.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be annoying.
Yeah. That's kind of a little no-no right there.
Okay.
I really hated because, all right, so fucking who was the one that put on this fight? What was the streaming thing? DCA?
The Zone.
Okay, the Zone.
DAZ.
But they're actual. It's an actual app. They're the ones that do Bellator.
Yeah.
And then last, like 3 months ago, you guys, I don't know if you recall, it was like considered like the greatest boxing upset of all time. The really big, like Mexican dude knocked out like the super fit black guy, and one like it wasn't supposed to happen. It was like 1,000 to 1 odds or something like that.
Okay.
He ended up becoming like the world. So DAZN's an actual like promotion.
Yeah.
Like they do Bellator because Bellator was on Spike, and then Spike dropped it.
For UFC.
And then Bellator got picked up by DAZN.
Okay.
So Bellator is it's not free anymore, but Bellator is the minor leagues to, depending on who you ask, like UFC.
It's a
It's like-
different league.
It's like AEW versus WWE. It's like, or WCW versus WWF.
Okay.
Just like,
Yeah.
Bellator's kind of where like
Competing brands.
the older folks go.
yeah.
Mhm.
Or it's like yeah, people who couldn't make it in the UFC went to Bellator. It's like Impact. It's like TNA. So basically what happened, you had all these MMA UFC fighters that couldn't do it anymore, went to Bellator. Kimbo Slice, Kem Shamrock.
Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice.
Who were the two like main, like the faces of UFC fucking went to Bellator?
What's that? What's the name of the dude that's on? I don't know if he did or not, but he's on. He probably did, especially with the stuff that happened to him. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast kind of often.
George St. Pierre?
Oh, GSP.
No?
GSP.
What's GSP stand for?
George the rest of St. Pierre.
G Squad Protection.
I don't think that's him. What the hell's his name? He's got a real raspy voice. He fought for years in the.
Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, he
that-
went
Oh,
there.
I love Chuck Liddell.
He's on the podcast. He's on the same podcast as Alex Jones.
Huh?
Yeah, on the episode of the Joe Rogan show when Alex Jones is on it, he's there with him.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Because
I don't know if he's on it.
Because I know he jumped ship because of because he wanted to drug test him. He was like, nah. Goodbye.
Chocolate Tito Ortiz, he went over there too,
Oh, okay.
to Bellator.
Okay.
Like some of the bigger names that were kind of washed up have gone to Bellator.
Okay.
Cyborg, I don't know if that name rings a bell. One of the bigger woman fighters,
Yeah.
Cyborg. She's now debuting in Bellator.
Okay.
She left UFC, so it's kind of like people who don't do good in UFC go there. Jack Swagger's in Bellator.
Yeah, he is.
Jack Hagar. So things like that. But yeah, DAZN's a pretty big app.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but
they put it on.
The Zone, you can fucking sue me as much as you like, but I was not gonna pay any goddamn money or down your stupid fucking app to watch this fucking embarrassment of a fight. But so I popped between like 15 different Twitch streams of it. One dude got, and I sent you guys this picture.
11,000 people.
11,000 people watching the fight through the reflection in a dude's glasses.
Literally,
Wow.
he was this close, and
Yeah.
you saw the reflection of the fight in his glasses, and 11,000 people.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, you can see Nate in my glasses. That's pretty much what they did, and over 11,000 people watched his stream, because he did that.
Yeah. This one dude I watched would like randomly like mute the audio and switch over to like the sex offender shuffle or something, like
Yeah.
some weird YouTube videos, and then just hop back. Oh
I love the things they do to keep the bots.
yeah.
I had it was the Floyd Mayweather
Did you watch it with the dude playing the video, the pretending to play on the controller?
No, it was the screen was sideways. So me and Ben Grant were watching the game, watching the fight like this.
Yeah.
Because he switched the orientation. I don't know what that does, but yeah, me and Ben were watching it. So we were watching it like this.
It's to avoid the bots.
Yeah.
The DMCA takedown bots.
Yeah, it was the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight.
The what was it? The American announcers, because I went from the English, like the British announcers, to the American announcers. I fucking hated those American announcers because they were encouraging them way too much to continue on. And I'm like, no, go back to being the cancer of YouTube, both of you. Neither of you should be in the ring again. The British ones were basically making it like it's the fucking joke that it was.
Oh,
because
Sky Sports.
Yeah, it's two rich little fucks that just wanted to have a little pitter patter pissing contest to drum up the views for their shit. That's all they want. That's all it was. This is just one huge PR stunt.
Yeah.
They probably don't even hate each other.
No,
Hey, but
they legitimately dislike each other. I've been following this for about a year and a half now, and I understand. Oh, it's the internet, but like KSI legitimately said some horrific things about his family, and they've legitimately almost killed each other.
Have you heard about the Rice Gum shit?
What do you mean the Rice Gum shit?
The Rice Gum and what's that other fuck that did some Joey Salad's feud?
No.
Oh yeah, no, they said some horrific shit to each other. But it turns out they were all it was just a big PR thing.
No, yeah, like
nah, this was I think it was a little more than that. It was like I really think
they're both dumb enough to actually be in a feud with each other, but yeah, no, it's like I guarantee that the first boxing match and the second one was all just drummed up as a PR move.
Today, Dr. Disrespect challenged both of them to a fight.
Oh, I'll punch the shit out. Like meet me in the ring, Logan Paul, right now. This is my challenge to you. I'll be more than happy to get paid the money that you did to beat the fucking shit out of you.
No,
Same with you.
Him losing.
Same with you,
a lot of
KSI.
people.
Same with you, KSI. I will take you both down at the same goddamn time.
I don't see KSI fighting again, but I see Logan Paul.
If he fights again, it's gonna be probably in another 3 years because that's how much training he needs.
Yeah, I don't see
no one did
KSI
any
doing
body
it.
shots. No one was playing
um,
strategically.
Because if you watch,
because the entire concept was to knock each other out. That's what they wanted to do.
that's
Yeah,
why.
Switch it up.
Give Logan more time, especially with the coach he had. Mind you, KSI had a boxing gym coach.
Yeah.
Logan had Shannon fucking Briggs, the heavyweight champion in boxing, for I think is 3 years. Let me double check on that because I want to be correct. But
Two-time world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, 2-time. Shannon Briggs is a fucking brick shit house of a fucking human being.
Let's go,
Dude's
champ.
massive.
Let's go, champ.
And he's
but that still
he's
doesn't
legit.
But that still doesn't mean Logan's going to be anywhere near as
No, I'm
good
not
as
saying that, but like
successful.
he's getting real training as to where KSI was getting gym training.
I think, and KSI is more interested in music. If you watched his entrance, he actually did a song with Rick Ross.
fucking
Yeah,
lip
that trash ass song.
Yeah, that was his and KSI's song.
Rick Ross and other dude do not get a day job so you cannot quit your day job.
It was like I think the other one was like Little Baby or something like that. I don't know.
I hate him too.
Both of them just go work at like an office building and just moonlight as a musician.
Yeah.
So you just like not quit that day job because you're both trash at lip syncing.
But I think like in Eddie Hearn, the promoter, which is like the biggest boxing promoter in the world, he's the one that basically told DAZN to do this, and he did it because, and I get it, and it makes sense. Like it brought people who've never seen boxing before to watch boxing. They were saying in all of the interviews that the crowd was literally the youngest crowd they've seen at a boxing event in years.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise
The
me.
only good thing about it is that it's introducing younger groups to this sport.
Yeah, will they stay and watch it? Who knows? There's
No.
already a meme of people running out of a door saying everyone to unsubscribe to the DAZN app now. But it's still though, if it's a one-time thing, $20 a pop, 'cause that's what it costs to pay it. It's $20 it's $20 to sign up.
Holy
Not even joking. It's $20 to sign up. It's expensive.
Also, Eddie
the
Hearn.
Pat McAfee show every morning though as well.
Yeah,
You don't know
Eddie
who Pat
Hearn
McAfee is.
consistently was
Holy
saying that like
fuck.
KSI didn't really know what he was doing, and he did give Logan quite a few little big ups about like Logan's extremely sloppy, but he has form and he knows what he's doing to an extent.
Yeah.
Like,
That whole,
Logan,
like-
Logan has actual potential. KSI, like James said, needs to be banned from the ring.
Yeah.
That second
he won't fight
second
again,
half
though.
of the second half of the fight, Logan actually kind of looked like a real boxer.
He did.
He looked like an amateur boxer,
was-
but he
You
looked like
gotta
a real
think though,
one.
like the nerves to start off though were like,
Oh yeah. So I give him that. Yeah.
yeah.
Like both of them, they look very sloppy in the first.
I'm
the
trying to
first
find the numbers, but they're not gonna be up till next week.
Not yet. No.
For what?
The numbers to see how many people actually bought it, like how many new subscribers to the Zone app. They were projecting
Stuff like that.
quite a few thousand.
I thoroughly enjoy watching box. I don't watch it enough, but because it's too goddamn expensive to watch boxing. But I actually enjoy watching box.
Yeah. Supposedly the base salary for both fighters was $900,000.
Jeez.
That was their base.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And from there it went up to how many people
Oh yeah.
paid to go to the Staples Center, which it was sold out, and then how many people downloaded the DAZN app and subscribed.
See, they think that was intense. Well, guess what? What they don't realize is that there's gonna be a mother effing level unlocked battle royale.
Bet level unlocked Royal Rumble.
Yeah, live. We're all
Live
gonna get
streaming.
together and we're gonna
Go ham.
yeah.
Hell in a Cell.
What I really want to happen, like truthfully, is I want Logan and Jake to get what they wanted to begin with. They didn't originally want to box. They wanted to do a UFC styled fight because they're both wrestlers. They were like varsity championship wrestlers.
Yeah, that was the one thing when I was watching that, because I haven't watched many boxing matches, and I was like, yeah, I get you're standing up. It's a men's thing. Like you don't like if you want to do a street fight, they don't want you on the ground rolling around and shit like UFC. But at the same time, like I wrestled, so I was like, oh, I just want to fucking take his legs out.
That's how I am too. Like
Yeah.
personally, if I can get somebody on the ground, because like me and my buddies would wrestle all the time, and like we would fuck around and like see who could tap out first. And I was a wrestler for about 7 years, so I have 0 standing game. So if someone tries to fight me and punch me, I fucking roller coaster my hits. I don't know how to fucking punch correctly. Like obviously straight, but unimportant.
Yeah.
When it's wrestling, and this is how Logan was to begin with. He kept grappling because that was his big thing in the first fight. The head thing that's been since the first fight. But if you watch the first fight, there was a way more grappling because the instinct of someone who wrestled for X amount of years and who was quote unquote like pre-pro, semi-pro, because like he was gonna get scholarships for wrestling. He just wanted to grapple. He wanted to take down. That was the whole concept. That's how you're wired after you wrestle for so many years, which is the entire reason that they ended up having to have a second fight. Because first of all, he probably wasn't in as great of shape, so he might not have won. But that's why there were so many that's why it ended up in a tie, because he kept quote unquote hitting illegals, and then KSI hit illegals, and it just ended up to the point where it didn't fucking matter anymore. It was a tie.
And for anyone who is listening, because I know KSI told Logan to go to UFC to fight CM Punk. CM Punk's not gonna fight Logan Paul.
CM Punk would get dropped.
He's
CM Punk
done
can't
with
fight.
He's done with fighting though.
Yeah, he
CM
can't
Punk.
fight shit.
He said he's done. He did his. He learned. He did his thing. He's more likely to return to WWE than he is to return back to UFC at this point.
He was barely a good fake wrestler, let alone an actual fighter.
He was a great personality.
Oh
Yeah. Like he was a
great talker.
loudmouth.
He was the best talker in the fucking industry.
That's why Fox wants to
Miz-
hire him to be a commentator on, like, specifically for Fox, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so that was the
KSI
fight.
won, by the way.
He did win for the. I know we missed that part.
on
but,
some bullshit.
It was pretty bullshit.
yeah,
He would have even if dude wouldn't have lost those points, he still would have lost. Like he was like, at the
Mhm.
end, yeah,
Would have
'cause-
tied.
Yeah,
Nah.
he would have either if it was -1, Logan would have tied. If he didn't lose any points, he would have won.
No,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he still got a Oh yeah, he would have tied. Yeah, they would have tied.
Yeah, it would have been another draw. I want if there was a draw, like I honestly would rather have been a draw than win because I want the reaction to that crowd. They would have.
They probably would have put
hard.
it into a TKO kind of thing, or who tapped out first at that point.
I would have demanded my money back. I would have gone. I would have gone to Mr. KSI's house and Mr. Paul's house, and demanded my fucking money back. You little
Third fight, man.
You son of a bitch.
You got to
No,
think
I
though,
would've-
for a promoter aspect though, having a second draw, which then forces a third fight, that's like a promoter's fucking wet dream.
They
For
they
both of
both would
them.
have called it.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
almost confident.
Them two would have hated life. I don't think KSI would have done a third one personally. Logan, yes, probably. As a promoter, he'd been like, fucking amazing. Because now
Logan
people are gonna
said-
tune in again.
If KSI was down, he'd do a third. He knows KSI is not going to because KSI knows he won on
Yeah.
a loss of points, not
Yeah.
a lack of skill.
Yeah, KSI said even after the fight, he's like, no, this is done. I'm moving on. I'm over this whole Logan thing. I'm past it. I'm moving on to bigger and better things now. He's like, don't ask me for a third fight. It's not ever gonna happen.
Probably his sixth removal, but we won't go into that.
I would say though, honest, if they give him enough money,
Oh yeah.
maybe. But
KSI knows he won't win again.
yeah,
But
if
the
he
money,
does go to
though.
because Logan said he's going to go to the commission. If he goes to the commission and they actually take it serious and they take him serious and don't think
But
of
they're
this
not
thing as a
going to.
joke,
They might.
they
They're
may
not
be like, okay, we'll put it as a no contest, and no one wins. Then that's when the promoter is like, listen, guys, you need to do this again. But
KSI won't.
the chances
think he
of the boxing commission being like, yeah, we take this as a real
Well,
fight.
Well, the chances of the boxing commission not laughing at his face,
It's very
is-
unlikely.
it's very unlikely, or it's very likely that they'll
Very-
just
yeah.
look at him just dead in the eyes, laugh at least twice, and tell him to get the fuck out.
It's very unlikely that the outcome will change. That's what I meant.
I mean,
Come
Eddie
back-
Hearn himself doesn't think that's how it should have gone.
Oh yeah,
Like, he posted on Twitter like he's like, I'm not sure this is how it should have ended.
but they're not going to change it though. Like all the
If this
fights
was-
that
if this was an actual fight, yes.
all the UFC fights where the person won, and then a month later the person who won came up, they tested positive for steroids. They don't reverse the decision. They just say, "Oh, this match never happened." So that's basically all they do. Like John Jones, when he beat Daniel Cormier in the UFC, like 3 weeks later, it came out that he had steroids in his system, and John Jones said he got the steroids from being in a hot tub. They leaked into his pores, is what he said.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Then the UFC came back and said, okay, we're just gonna call it a contest. There's no winner or loser.
Well, John
Daniel-
Jones isn't known for lying.
And Daniel
or being a
Cormier
good
is like,
liar.
are you fucking kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah, if it was boxing, they straight up would have been like, "Give me my title back, you asshole,"
Mhm.
and giving it to the other guy.
so
And it's just
Yeah.
like, see you around and not in our sport.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go to UFC. That's what boxing would have said. It would be like, go to UFC. See you later.
Nope.
We don't want you here.
John Jones is still there.
Go to
Still
UFC with
fighting.
go to the UFC with the rest of the domestic assault people.
Pretty much. So James, moving forward, how's Death Stranding?
Oh my God, Death Stranding is fantastic. It is the best courier simulator ever. All you do in it is you walk.
Did you say courier simulator?
Yes, that's all it is. It's just a courier simulator.
Okay.
There's a whole quest. There is a delivery that you can do that's just delivering fucking pizzas.
the hell? The game is.
And it fits it perfectly.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
It-
It's. I probably put in about 4 or 3 hours of it into it. 3 hours or so. And everything about it, it just screams Kojima. And
Graphics
it's
are phenomenal.
it is the best looking game on the PlayStation. Like graphically, it's unbelievable. It's incredible. The way that it incorporates music into it is fantastic. The controls are great. The whole like system where you're running away from the evil ghost babies or the evil ghost things is tense and terrifying. There are many parts of it where it just feels like a horror game. And when I was playing it, the first cutscene lasted like a goddamn like 30 minutes. And I saw that, I'm like, this is Kojima unhinged. This is Kojima not strapped by the shackles of Konami. This is Kojima where he just says, hey, I want to make this thing. And Sony goes, here's an unlimited budget. Do whatever you want. It's Kojima at his purest. It is untainted Kojima. Everything is about it. It's
it
probably
sounds like
my
you
game
like
of the year.
it.
If unless something happens between now and when I beat the game in another like 40 hours, or if something else comes out that blows this away, this is my surefire game of the year. To hell with RE2 remake. To hell with DMC5. Claude, I still love you, but go away, Fire Emblem.
The only thing that comes out, I think that's big, is Star Wars.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't think of anything
Pokemon.
else.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, but you can't really put Pokemon in the same realm as that, though. I don't think.
Yeah, you can.
I guess you can.
It's
but
a video game.
Yeah.
You guys say that, oh, the Marvel movies are the best fucking things in cinema. So I could put Pokemon and fucking Kojima, Norman Reedus, and the Funky Fetus in the same category.
It's true. Facts.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna be talking about this for the next few weeks. Oh, there's this one system in it. So there's actually a few systems that I really want to push on real quick. So it has that. It's not a multiplayer game, but it's the same kind of multiplayer that like Dark Souls has.
Okay.
Where everyone's in their own universe, but they can affect things in different ones, in different games. So like one of the things is like at the very beginning, you're walking around and there's like a river, and rivers suck dick, especially when you're carrying a body that needs to get burned. So you can either trudge your way and get super fucked on this river, or I just happen to have someone slap down, or I think it's probably an NPC, but just to introduce it, someone slapped down a ladder across the water, so you can easily cross that water, the little river.
Trap.
It was fine. Everything was good.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Same with one. Same mission. There's a very steep hill. I could have walked up it or tried to walk up it, but someone put a ladder there, so it made it easy to climb up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can affect other people's games, which is nice, in positive ways, and also leave messages and stuff. So that's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask regarding the game. When you're saying it's like Dark Souls, besides just that aspect, are you able to have someone else come in and assist you like you are in Dark Souls and
Not that
Bloodborne?
I know of. Not that I know of.
So like, is
So
there any form of like player interaction?
Other than like putting notes down, I guess I wouldn't say Dark Souls. I would say more of Demon Souls, because Demon Souls was
Okay.
like that.
So it's cross-play, but not cross-play in a sense.
Kind of, yeah. So there's that. One of the
Got the shit scared out of me. I'm sorry.
what'd you do?
Someone I forgot I changed my my things, and all of a sudden I hear Goku powering up. Someone just followed me. All of a sudden I hear,
There you go.
"Ah!" super loud. I was like, what the fuck?
Rise!
I was like, what is on right now? I'm so confused. It's like, oh, I forgot I did that.
Another thing I'd like to talk about that game is just the walking around. Sam Porter Bridges, who's the main character, who is Norman Reedus plays. He does some things while you're walking around. Like, he'll talk to himself
Okay.
because it's just him, literally no one else. So there was one time I was just like walking, and he goes, Sam, he's our man. He can't do it. No one can. Or he would just be like, do 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 do, as he's just climbing up stuff. It's just little small touches like that that are cool. So no one's asked me what this game's about yet.
I was literally just thinking those thoughts though, because I was gonna say
Yeah.
the previews made the game look like it was some sort of epic, crazy, just weird
Every time I ask you, I get
fucking
the same
story,
answer, so.
and then you're talking about delivering pizzas
Yeah.
and how I don't know.
So
Go ahead.
I think I grasped a little bit more of this story.
Okay.
So you're trying to connect the United States of America. Because there was something that happened. There was a large explosion that happened, and it kind of connected the world of the dead to the world of the living. Okay, so throughout that, basically the entire world's fucked. America's been, completely like just destroyed, and it's not unified anymore. So your job is basically to go from encampment to encampment to encampment across the United States, from DC to what's basically San Francisco, and connect everything together. Like a strand. Get it? Stranding.
Oh.
So you're playing, what is that game? Cronus? Cronus?
What?
I disregard it. Never mind.
All right. if you get to it, let us know, because I'm curious now. But also, you're all alone walking around because you're a courier by yourself, so you're stranded. Haha. Get it?
What's up?
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so basically, it's trying to unite the world, the country, as one, trying to build it back up from the ground. Other things about it is that Sam can sense. There's certain people that can actually see the BETs, the ghost things from the other dimension, from the world of the dead. Some people can see it. Sam can sense them, but he cannot see them. That's where the funky fetus comes in. The funky fetus connects the world of the dead to the world of the living. So they can sense these things. Also, rain is bad. Rain is super duper bad.
Okay.
Rain is like the worst thing ever. So when it rains, it speeds up time to the point of it dying. So like you'll see rain, like they're in a cutscene, there's like rain coming down, and you would see like flowers bloom and then immediately wither away because time's just advancing so fast for him. Same with like Norman, he puts his hand out to grab something in a cutscene, and a raindrop falls on it. That one area starts getting all wrinkly and old. So rain is super bad. There's a lot of dead crabs and whales, and I still don't understand what that means.
Is that what the fucking thing in the sky that looks like a undead Leviathan?
Yeah, that's a whale.
That's a whale? Okay. Because I was like, what the fuck is that?
There's one scene in the game where Norman is on a beach with his sister, talking to his sister. It's in a dream. And he looks at the camera just pans over, and it's filled with dead whales. As far as the eye can see, the beach is filled with dead whales. I have no idea what that even means. It's some deep shit. But my Neanderthal brain cannot handle it. It can't comprehend it. It doesn't get it. Kojima's just thinking on a whole nother level than us. But yeah, there's some really good music to it. Really great tenseful moments because you can't see the BTs. But if you move, think of them like T-Rexes almost, where if you move too fast, make too much noise, then they see you. But if you move slowly and quietly, they can't see you.
Is there any fight mechanics in the game?
Yes, there's mercenaries in there. I haven't fought any yet,
Okay.
so I don't know what it's like. Probably third-person shooter.
Okay.
But when you're running away from the BTs, one thing to do to help get around them so they don't sense you is you cup your hand over your face to hold your breath. So you could do that, but your stamina depletes super quick. And you have this little thing on your you guys probably seen it in the trailers, the little like starfish looking thing on the backpack that flashes like that, like flashes like different colors when they're around. So I'm just walking around and I'm holding my breath and I just see it go like crazy. And then my stamina is almost out, so I have to let go of the hold breath button. And all of a sudden it's just like, boom! And it's like one of the BTs are right behind me. I'm like, oh fuck! And that's how the entire thing was. And then I like basically jumped off a cliff to get away. So that was pretty cool.
Are you able to fight them?
Not yet. I don't know if you will be able to, but I can't fight.
Okay.
It's basically just stay away from. So yeah, that's Death Stranding. Really good. I wouldn't say I highly recommend it because I know damn well it's not for everyone.
Slow-paced.
Not just that. It's slow-paced. The story is very confusing. And it's one of those games that's like it's hard to explain my feelings towards it. I basically came into this game thinking I was either going to love it or think it was okay. And I think even you kind of have to be in the right mindset to play it.
Okay.
Unless you're really into that kind of stuff. So like me personally, I could pick it up and play right now for like 4 or 5 hours and have a grand old time. But some people might immediately be turned off by it. And I think if I would watch, for anyone listening or is on the fence about this game, watch the opening cinematic to the game. If you get past that opening cinematic and are still like, man, I kind of want to play this game to check it out because it's fantastic. You're already hooked. But if you start it, if you watch that opening cinematic and are like, I still have no idea what the fuck is going on, maybe hold off and wait until it's on sale.
Okay.
It's definitely not for everyone. If you're unsure about it, definitely rent it or pick it up on sale, is what I would say. I also checked out the Neo 2 beta. Neo is the basically Dark Souls with samurais. It's a lot of fun. Just like the first game. A little bit, in my opinion, more in-depth Dark Souls when it comes to combat, where you have 3 different fighting stances that you can do that all have weaknesses and strengths against other fighting stances. One of the cool things is as soon as I started up the game, I walked into a cave and it just had all of the weapons that I could pick up just sitting there. And I look and I'm like, fuck. And there's probably about good like 10 weapons on there.
Okay.
So I pick one up, do a quick little combo, and I don't like to feel this. Pick up another one, like kind of like the porridges. You know, this one, oh, I don't like to feel this one. I don't like to feel this one. Oh, this was fantastic. I love this. This is just right. and then you pick up another. So you can hold 2 weapons at the same time. So I mean, it was a very I probably played it for maybe about an hour and a half. So not really a whole lot to say about it, but other than it's Neo, but just as good. Play Neo. Play Neo 2 when it comes out.
I still haven't touched that game.
I have it. I'm looking at it right now. It still haven't popped into my system. I even downloaded it when it was free on PlayStation Plus. Still haven't touched it. And then just a normal schlock of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's still fantastic. Oh! Last thing, though. Finally, last thing. I'll try to make this as quick as possible. Me and Mitchell finished Man of Medan. Fuck that game. It's a piece of shit. Don't play it.
Okay.
So, Man of Medan is by the people that made Until Dawn, and you could tell that these people did not have either A, the budget, B, the manpower, or C, the time to make this game. Voice acting was atrocious and not in a campy way like Until Dawn. The story just fucking ends randomly. And we had like 1 death in it. One of the guys died. That's it. And it just kind of ended. The game is just like, oh man, I was expecting, at the end, it's like, oh, you gotta get this 1 part in the ship. Okay. So you get the part, and then immediately after, it's like, hey, we're all on the top of the on the deck of the ship. All right, let's go back to our boat and put the thing in and leave. And they all leave happily ever after. The fuck? Yeah, there's no like big, there's no like climax to it. Nothing. It's we talk down this one guy from trying to either A, shoot us, or B, shoot himself, who is a bad guy. He joins our team, and everything's good.
So, what's the concept? Like, what's the thing chasing you? Like, obviously, like in Until Dawn, it was you had the sisters. There was the Wendigo, and the Wendigo had a purpose.
Yeah.
Or it was like a whole story. Is there none of that in this? Like, what's the concept? Like, what's the purpose of this game?
So the purpose of the game is you're looking for a sunken World War II ship. So you go to like you and a bunch of fucks go to on this like little dinghy in like the Bahamas to look for this ship, and you get hijacked by pirates, and then you end up seeing like this old World War II ship just hanging out in the middle of the ocean. So basically you have to try to escape it while there's like some like scary stuff happening. Scary but not scary stuff. Basically there's something on this ship called Manchurian Gold that is a hallucinogen. And it's presumed that, well, it's actually blatantly fucking said at the ending that you're just hallucinating through all this shit. There's one part in the very beginning of the game, and I don't think there's any way of doing it. Well, not the very beginning. As soon as you get on the ghost ship, the Man of Medan, as I call it, you walk in there, and there's like this big like room with a stage on there, and there's 4 coffins, all having American flags draped over them because this is a World War II ship. There was dead troops in there. So you could open 3 of them, but the 4th one is padlocked to hell. There's like 4 padlocks on there. And there's no keys to get into the thing. There's,
Lovely.
to my knowledge, no way of opening this up. So you could have had something horrific in there or something really spooky in there to set the mood. But no, you just decided to say, fuck it, we're not putting anything. We're not giving you a way to open this fucking...
So, theoretically, is it possible that like the keys are just so hidden?
Oh,
It would
probably.
take like exponential amount of time to find them?
Oh, probably, but I'm not playing this fucking game again. To find out. Also, we are not going to be doing this Let's Play. I'm
No?
not going to be posting this Let's Play on my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/PeopleIHateStudios.
Solid shameless plug.
Yes.
Love
So I went to edit the remaining episodes that I had. And I forgot that Until Dawn did this. But Until Dawn ran at a variable frame rate. It would randomly switch, without you knowing, randomly switch between 30 frames per second, 45 frames per second, and 60 frames per second. Randomly. Without you even knowing. And it's coded that way. To switch between the three. That, to the regular player, completely fine. You don't even notice it. To video editors, it is living hell. Because randomly throughout the video, you'll be perfectly syncing up and everything's fine. And then throughout the video, it was slowly, every time it would switch over to a different frame rate, I would desync a little bit. The audio will desync. Slowly and slowly and slowly throughout the video until it's like a good 15-20 seconds behind by the end.
Jesus.
So I basically told, because me and Mitchell had no fun with this anyway. I basically told him, it's like, all right, we have three options. We could either say, fuck it, we're not doing this. B, I can spend another like month or two trying to edit these videos so they work. Or C, I could pay someone to do it for me. And we came to the general consensus of, we didn't have fun with this game anyway. Let's just brush it under the rug and never speak of it again. So that's what we did. So yeah, that's Man Medan, and that's my week. That's my long, adventurous week.
Fair enough.
Fucking, like, 8 hours of video just down the fucking drain.
Jesus. Did you play, was it digital download or hard copy?
Hard copy, my dude.
Yo, if you're willing, I'll play, can I borrow it and I can check it out?
Oh, you're more than welcome to.
Fucking take it.
You are more than goddamn welcome to.
Alright. I'll check it out. I want to see, like, you are very critical, which is a super good thing with video games. I tend to even, like, I like some very bad, poorly done games. So I'm curious as to how I'll feel about this game. I'll probably hate it, because, like,
Oh man.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but... You joking, Walker.
No, man.
Fucking joking with that. Was
No.
my week too boring, so you had to start up a game?
No,
Was
I
my
want to
week
try.
that fucking boring?
No, I want to try something new. Schroeder had posted it in the thing last week, and I just never thought about it.
Yeah, heads up, when you click on start a new game, it plays
It just
an
starts
ad,
playing.
so
It
an
starts playing
advertisement.
like
Fact.
Evanescence "Wake Me Up" inside.
Well, I posted a link in our Discord for the group Discord. You should just be able to click on it to join.
Is it the link to your game though?
Yeah, it should be. Mark's in.
It didn't get me in.
Well, I'm
Oh,
trying
I
to be
clicked that link.
professional here. God damn it!
Hey, we're giving
It
something
keeps
our
start-
audience to
it
interact
keeps-
with.
It keeps starting
What the
a new
fuck
game.
is professional?
It keeps
I don't
trying
know,
to
Mark.
start a new game.
But yeah,
You're in now.
alright.
It says Splash.
So,
I'm in.
what is...
Hmm?
What's the next thing on the docket,
Oh, I see.
boys?
Yeah, what's in the news, guys?
I mean-
What's in the news? Let's.
If y'all want to get my stuff out of the way, I can do that. It's gonna be movie shit, but honestly, it's one movie thing. But like, it's kind of gonna be a little more lengthy topic if everyone wants to participate and like want to like talk about it.
Well, I'm fully awake now from my
Yeah,
ranting.
you got
about-
fucking amped.
Yeah, I did. All tiredness has gone away. Talking about Man of Medan. I was waiting ever since Wednesday. I have been waiting for this podcast eagerly so I could talk about fucking Man of Medan.
Oh, also one other thing that James and myself both fucked up on. Our first episode of Anime Corner we did this
fuck
week and went
yeah.
live.
It did.
Yeah,
Did
Anime
We did
Corner
a-
episode 1.
yeah.
on
It's
the Level Unlock podcast website and
so the
anywhere
one thing I'm
podcasts are
going
available.
to. I'm
Nice.
going to preface, if you decide to go listen to this, this one was rough. The next ones will be much better because of
Yeah.
the anime we watched.
I don't know
Fuck.
how. I don't know how we basically talk for like 30 minutes about the same fucking point over and over again. That's basically what half the goddamn episode is.
Honestly, like it was just So we just reiterated the fact of exactly what was wrong over and over and compared it to how it
Literally
could've been
everything.
better. Yeah,
Literally everything.
like it was. So
I didn't compare it to JoJo though.
you didn't,
shocked.
which
I'm
yeah,
shocked.
we compared it to literally every other popular anime on the face of the planet, though.
Oh, Walker, I did. Oh, you'll enjoy this. You'll appreciate this. I did give pretty good praise to Dragon Ball.
he
The
did. He
series
did.
Dragon Ball Z. I gave pretty damn good praise to it.
He absolutely
though.
did.
Yeah, no lies, no Japes. All right, so news.
That's cool.
So you want to segue into what you have talked about, Nate James?
I mean, there's quite physically, like, are you asking me if I want to segue from where we were into it?
Well, no, I meant like I have a bunch of movie news, and then when we
Oh,
get to the universe, do you want to talk about it?
oh yeah, absolutely. That's cool. I'm down with
Okay.
that.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna
so
go
let's
take
get
a
to
nap.
some news, guys. First off, thanks for hanging out.
No.
Thanks for being a part of this. 600 strong download.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
I appreciate the
Hour
two
and a
new
half.
viewers hanging out on my stream as well.
Yes.
Hour and a half in, and we finally get to the news. Well, that's
Yeah.
that's what we
That's
call
been-
that's what we call evergreen content right there. That hour and a half is
Yeah.
evergreen content.
That's kind of what it's been though, for the most part. Like you got to think that's every episode we've done so far. It's been about an hour and a half with our weeks, which is hilarious. So start off some epic news. Reboots. Today there was a couple reboots that have been announced. Who's ever watched Paranormal Activity?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We are getting a new Paranormal Activity movie in 2020.
Yay.
Uh,
Can't you tell
I
I'm
remember-
excited?
I remember I clearly remember my first time watching Paranormal Activity and weird things. Me, my buddy, his parents, and his sister were all going to, I think it was Ponderosa.
Yo,
And we're
fucking
watching-
R.I.P.
We were watching it in the back of his van while we're driving there, and just ripping the
Nice.
shit all over it. It was great.
But we are getting a new Paranormal Activity movie that will be released October 2021.
Nice.
Which is
everybody
whatever.
gets the word.
Who remembers Scream?
I remember
Yep,
Scream.
Unfortunately.
Scream was good.
They were making a fifth movie, which is also coming out in 2000.
Hey man,
will be a
horror movies
Scream
are very
5.
profitable.
They are. My problem, so I'm not to sidebar too hard, but just a quick little Nate's bitching corner, I suppose, is I'm really sick and tired of fucking slasher films. I understand they do well, but slasher films have no point, no story, no build. You know exactly what's gonna happen, and so I mind you, I've watched just about every Scream movie, and in the first 20 minutes I pointed out who was gonna be the killer, and out of the 4 ones I've seen so far, I was right 3 times.
Well, the first Scream movie was a parody on slasher movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Was straight just parodying the worst parts of it. Like that's what made the first Scream movie really good.
Yeah.
Is that it was the parody of it.
The one with fucking Emma, what's her face? I can't remember her last. It's not Roberts. No, it is Roberts. It is Emma Roberts. I fucking called that like 20, 30 minutes into the movie, and I ended up being fucking right.
Spoilers.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's been out for like 4 or 5 years. It's not my fault. That's blatant disregard.
Scream
at that
spoilers?
point. Yeah. The only thing
Yeah.
I will say that seems interesting about Scream is the TV show, which I still have yet to watch. But that's
We
just
got it.
But the
I
thing
hate
that
slasher films.
the thing that blows me away though is they announced who the killer was and everything. But whatever. Another reboot. Who remembers Invisible Man?
Like
yeah,
the old school one, like old school.
Yeah, like
Dracula
the-
and shit.
Yeah, like the Paramount. Not the Paramount. The
I know what you're
The
talking
monsters?
about. Universal Monsters.
Yeah. Where they basically
is
the
it
guy's
Universal?
serum becomes invisible.
Yeah, and he uses the bandages.
Yeah.
So they are rebooting that.
Is it going to be part of the
Uh,
Dark universe? Dark
Um,
cinematic universe?
yeah, their failed universe so far.
That okay. All those movies were good.
The Mummy was good. The
Okay.
latest Mummy movie.
Besides the Mummy,
The only member of the Dark cinematic, fuck, what was that? Universal Dark Pictures Anthology or whatever the fuck it's called.
so I fucked hard, like hard body karate with fucking I Frankenstein, and I fucked hard body karate with fucking I Frankenstein and Dracula Untold. Also,
So Dracula Untold was fun.
if you also decided to pull a movie from a little older that
Rough.
technically went into the universe, Kevin Bacon's Hollow Man is technically supposed to be that Invisible Man. That was the
Yeah.
idea to start with. Those movies were
Body
good.
karate.
The only hard body karate, my dude. I'm in there like swim. Fucking. But like those movies were good. The Mummy was the only one that was trash. I also just hate Tom Cruise, so I wouldn't have liked it regardless. But
Where is a duck?
I thought it had a lot of potential. I did. I like Dracula Untold a lot, and they're supposed to be number 2 coming, but probably never get that. That's all from that.
Okay.
So yeah, they are rebooting that. It doesn't say if it's in the original cinematic universe or not of.
Hello, third viewer. I appreciate you.
Who remembers The Grudge?
I remember The Grudge.
I remember
Yeah.
Ringu.
The only thing I remember about The Grudge is it was every pop-up that my uncle showed me, and I got scared shitless every time. The car down the hill fucked me up.
It's just a shitty version of what is it, Juno or whatever, the Japanese version.
Wasn't it The Ring was the original? Like, if you like go further back,
Yeah,
The Ring was Japanese too, wasn't it?
it's called Ringu.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah, like ragu, but a ring. Go ahead, Walker.
Sorry, yeah. That is being rebooted.
Good.
They're making a new.
2021.
No, actually,
Oh.
this January 2nd, 2020.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that is being rebooted. Who's ever seen Gerard Butler's The Fallen franchise?
I have.
The Angel
Oh,
has
like-
fallen, Olympus has fallen,
Yeah.
London has fallen.
The same movie redone over and over again? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're doing 3
Is
more.
that getting rebooted?
They're
They're
doing
making three more.
apparently.
Oh Jesus Christ.
For fucking why is my question.
Mozambique
idea.
has fallen.
Mozambique as well? Mozambique here.
Shanghai has fallen.
I don't understand.
Rio
because
de
how do you
Janeiro
do-
has fallen.
Uganda
Ang-
has fallen.
Angel has fallen is about the president being captured. So I don't understand where they go from there. But yeah, Gerard Butler has confirmed that they are doing 3 more.
Jesus Christ.
I guess they're that profitable. I didn't think they were. I know Olympus has fallen was really popular. But I didn't realize they're.
I forget Gerard Butler's still acting.
Yeah, me too.
I like Gerard Butler, but I forgot he's relevant. Kind of.
But so whatever. Going on to the DC universe.
All right.
Get the fuck back here.
I'm out.
So for those who haven't been paying attention to Twitter, hashtag release the Snyder Cut has been trending worldwide.
God.
Um,
Let it go.
It actually recently had, like 3 days ago, it up to 70,000 retweets, and it was the #1 most rated, #1 trending thing on Twitter.
Alright. Good to know.
So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Zack Snyder originally was the director of Justice League, but due to family issues, he had to leave. So they basically filmed the whole entire movie, but he had to leave, bringing in what the hell's his name? I'll pull it up. Hang
Yeah,
on.
we're bringing in a new director.
Who is the director they brought in? Anyway, I can't find it. I'll get it in a second. But he essentially changed the whole entire movie. They had
He changed the entire second half.
Yeah. And by doing that, that's what caused the controversy of not Spider-Man, Jesus Christ, Superman's face, things along those lines. So there is a version out there that was never released. It's called the Snyder Cut. It's got, I think it's Dark Seed. Is that how you say it? Dark
Side.
Dark Side, yeah. He's in the movie, but he got cut from the remake. He's in the movie, and people like Jason Momoa have actually been pushing for them to release this, for WB to release the Snyder Cut. It's 3 hours and 45 minutes long. But I guess it's like the version that people wanted. And will they ever release it? Who knows? But that's been and supposedly there's a new version of Barry Allen in that as that version that was never. So, but that's been hardcore trending online. So maybe WB will release it. Who knows?
They're not going to. Okay, so
Joss
the same
Whedon
thing,
was
Josh
the
Whedon,
one
that's what it was.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
They tried the same thing when it first came out after like the movie was like reviewed and everything, and it was all over Twitter then. I don't see them releasing the Snyder Cut because quote unquote WB wasn't happy with it. And people have been trying to get this out since Justice League like released the very first time. And it's never going to happen. Also, supposedly, Henry Cavill's fucking CGI mustache was a lot better, and it was actually a beard like it was supposed to be. But they just changed it to a mustache because it was quote-unquote easier.
Yeah.
But it was already supposed to be a beard, so yeah. Whatever.
So yeah, that has been hard trending. Even people like Henry Cavill have talked about how they wanted that released. They said put it out. And speaking of Superman, anyone here fans of Superman? Or have seen any other movie other than Justice League and things along those lines?
The one with Brendan, I can't remember his last name, but that one was great.
I have a list here of the top 8 of basically every Superman ranked best to worst. Worst to best.
Superman 2 was the best.
Number 8, Justice League. Number 7, Superman 3. Number 6, Superman 4. Number 5, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Trash.
Number 4, Superman Returns, the 2006 version.
Oh, Brandon Routh. I love him.
Number 3, the best Superman was Man of Steel. Number 2, best Superman was Superman, the original. And the number one best Superman was Superman 2. James called it. That will forever be considered, will be conceived as the best Superman ever made. Going on to the Joker really quick. For those who didn't know, Joker's been fucking destroying everything.
Still, huh?
It is now the #1 greatest, most profitable comic book movie of all time. On a budget of $60 million, it has now done $954 million. They say in less than a month it'll be the first rated R and probably the only rated R movie to ever hit $1 billion.
Jeez,
all right, so I want to get some clarity real quick. So, are we saying it's the most profitable purely for the fact that there was little to almost no CGI and they were able to have such a small budget and to have made so much? I'm imagining that's what you mean by margin.
Yeah, because you got to think of the budget. Yeah, based off the budget that they gave them to make the movie, based off of how much it's made, it's the most profitable in that aspect.
You got to
Wow,
think
dude.
like total this movie cost with budgeting, with how much it costs to make the film, get the actors, that kind of stuff, and marketing. This probably costs around $100 million to $120 million.
I just wanna make a quick
Damn.
side comment because I had an argument with someone earlier this week, and their specific argument as to why the Marvel movies aren't any good is Marvel needs to learn to make a movie without CGI. Let's just let that sink in real quick. Like the magnitude of the characters that are in Marvel compared to DC. DCs are a lot more human.
It'd be hard.
It's be impossible. How the fuck are you gonna get Hulk? Where's Thanos coming from? You're getting the Rock to be purple?
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
that's just
know,
something
right?
that like I thought was interesting. Like because there was this whole debate about like, oh, is Endgame better than Joker or vice versa, and like, is it the best movie of all time? Like this, that, the third. Me and Walker had this conversation earlier this week, but I don't think they're comparable.
Yeah. Yep. No, I
No,
agree.
Joker's fantastic for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, yeah, that is when you put it in that context. Yeah, when you think of how much, well, because Warner Brothers actually, I guess, rumored wanted to give it less money. So, but obviously there's a bunch of conspiracy theories with that. They say they wanted less of the Joker. They wanted less. They wanted him in the movie less as the Joker. It's like there's a bunch, and we can go in that a different day. But with that being now the most profitable movie, two things come from that. Joaquin Phoenix has gone to Todd Phillips and requests that he makes a second script.
No. Why?
You got to think money at
Money.
the end of the day.
That's going to completely destroy. I don't care, even if it's great and it does fantastic in the box office, that is going to destroy the entire concept of this movie. The movie is going to not have the same effect as it did the first time. You're going to get it now a storyline as to where this one-off was perfect. It ended the way it should have. It did not leave, if you want to be like truthful, it did not leave room for a sequel, because you've all seen about that, correct?
Seen what?
Joker.
No, I still haven't seen it, but you can go ahead.
Do either of you give a shit? Because like towards the audience, I gave my grace period a long time ago. We are far past that now.
You think?
Yeah.
It's
Been over a month.
100%. So the way it ended, like you learned about Bruce. Okay. Also, this technically isn't a spoiler. Fucking Bruce's parents die. You learned that like 30, 50 years ago.
Whoa.
They died during the
Hey,
whole
now.
riot. But and then it's just leaves on that scene billowing outwards. The problem is with how old like this character is and how young Bruce is, they'll never meet up in a point where Bruce wouldn't punch him and it'll turn into a bag of bones.
Yeah.
Like it
According to
doesn't
Joaquin
work.
Phoenix, he feels like in the interview, feels there's still a lot to explore with this character. I don't know, maybe I guess the buildup of how he develops everything, and that because remember, there's the rumor that he's not the Joker
No, right.
that we know. So maybe they explore that side. Do they go that far? I don't know.
Like, with that being said, theoretically, you could make a movie about that, but I feel like that would be redundant due to the fact of the way the movie ended with the whole riot, with him being praised, and I just even if he's not the Joker, like which realistically is probably the case, he's probably the catalyst, like the moniker, because technically, if you want to get super specific, Joker came from the Laughing Man, and the Laughing Man has technically been around for a set, quote unquote, essentially forever, and the Joker's always been a thing. Like he's been a staple in time. Like there's always been a Joker. So, with that being said, I'm assuming this is going to be like the catalyst for the next Joker. or what I'm hoping they do, if they do the second movie, they'll have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker be relatively prominent, but also we kind of see like this other like younger kid start to warp out and like get really obsessed with this entire idea of fuck the system. Everyone is a step away from madness at all times, because this sounds really cringy, but still one of my favorite sayings. And it's due to the fact of like how we all are susceptible to the human condition. All it takes is one bad day. Like I believe in that. I think that's very, very true. Because Joker's entire concept is all it takes is one bad day, and then you could end up exactly like him. Because almost anyone could, unless you're like some hyper moral person. But even if you decide you want us to talk about that, now this could be controversial, but if you decide like, oh yes, I'm this hyper moral person who could never do wrong, you're lying to yourself. We all have faults. We are human beings. It's just how things go. That's kind of how I'm looking at things. But also back to the movie, that's what the concept is. And he had not just one bad day, but it was like one shit life, supposedly. That's what happens. Like people can fall, people can be anything. And like that's what his entire concept towards Batman is you and I are not much different. We're essentially the same person from the different side of the coin. Are y'all fucking playing Scribbler?
Yeah.
Fuck you talking
We're
about?
not playing it, we're crushing it.
There we are. I couldn't spell a word. But no, I agree with that. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they actually go through with doing it. Who knows? Because there's a lot of people that feel the same way, where that's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin that movie should be a one-off. But some people say it, but you have your diehards of like, no, this needs to be fucking
Part of the series.
Yeah.
I get that mindset too, though, because I feel that's how I feel about some what they would call one-shots in the comic world. That like, oh my god, this could be such a good series, and then they just end it because that's the way the story ends. There's no more. It's not connected to anything. This is just a story. And we're gone. We're out. Peace. If they do it, I will be watching it. I will be critiquing it, and we'll see how it goes. That's just where I'm gonna leave that.
Yeah, so, and because of all the hype and all the money it's making, it is also being pushed for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor campaign on, for the Oscars. So shall see if any of those get, because you have to campaign for them and submit it. So we'll see if it actually happens. And now, the Batman.
All right. So, let me pull it back up. That was pretty loud, I assume. Sorry about that. Where did I do it? Did I close out looking for Shannon Briggs? I did. Awesome. Yeah. So, so here's the thing. More Batman casting and more Batman rumors have sprouted. So, we're going to talk about that for a couple moments. But what I actually want to talk about, I will bring up in a second. So, we're going to talk about who's rumored, who's confirmed. So, where is my list of cast? All right. So, obviously, we got Robert Pattinson as Batman. I believe we talked about that at some point a couple episodes ago, I think. You got Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. Possibly, because it says rumored in parentheses, Andy Serkis as Alfred. This one's confirmed, Paul Dano, because if he's a huge indie actor, if anyone knows who he is, like I said, I think we talked about a little bit of this stuff before, but if anyone knows who Paul Dano is, if you don't, if you remember the movie Swiss Army Man, he was the not Daniel Radcliffe character.
Yep.
Also, there is in talks and rumored Colin Farrell as the Penguin, which I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Danny DeVito's the only Penguin in my eyes.
That's all. No, okay. We'll talk about
they
that.
Were gonna. Yeah, everyone's kind of confused about that because they wanted the dude who does the snowman from Frozen, Josh something.
I don't know who that is.
John or Josh, something like that. I can't think of his name. Gaff. He played in
Oh, Jim Gaffigan? No, that's not who does the snow. That's
He was in Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that. I'll find it. Keep going.
All right, but What was the other one?
Josh Gad.
Oh, and Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner. I don't really know Jeffrey Wright.
He. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of Alfred.
Yeah, I know who Andy Serkis is.
Yeah. He was the
Jeffrey Wright
pretend
is
bad guy in. If you don't know, for another related movie, he was the pretend bad guy in.
Okay.
Black Panther.
The pretend bad guy? Oh yeah, like he was the pseudo villain at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, but considering a couple of those had said word, if everyone's interested, let's do a little bit of not theory crafting, but let's build what we think would be perfect. Like, what would you want? Like, who? Depending how in depth your knowledge goes, what villains and who would you want to play them in this movie, and who else would you want to see? Like,
You
pick
can't
whoever
go
you'd like.
too heavy, because that's what ruins these movies. But the Penguin hasn't been explored in fucking what 30 some years, so
Besides Gotham,
yeah.
Well, no, because he was in what? Which Batman movie? I remember seeing it when I was younger. Fuck, I don't remember.
the Penguin's only been Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, best Penguin.
That was like '89 though. That was a while ago.
Was it '89? I thought it was later
I
than
think
that.
so.
I must have saw it on reruns on like
So yeah,
TNT.
30 years ago.
I could be a
What?
little off with that though. Let me double check.
But yeah, no, it's definitely It's been a while. I can see that. I don't really know who would play a good Penguin though. That's the thing. I don't know. Colin Farrell, all he does is plays bad
Oh, that's
guys. So
92.
all he plays is bad villain. All he does like people. So I guess it fits. And I guess he
Well,
doesn't
like-
have to be fat.
No, like think about it, because Gotham, Oswald Cobblepot was not fat. He was a creepy but relatively somewhat like kind of decent looking dude. Like he wasn't a bad looking character, and he definitely wasn't short, fat, and scary.
Yeah, as long as they don't, because they're essentially kind of remaking the one with Danny DeVito, because they had Catwoman, they had Penguin. As long as they do something different, I think it'd be a good movie.
I think it's gonna be a solid movie. Like, yeah, like, what is your guy like? Do you guys have any like opinions? Who would you like to see in the movie? Like, what do you think would be cool? What characters do you think that we haven't touched on at all yet? And like, what would be a good thing to see on film?
I wonder if they'll introduce Robin in this version,
I don't know.
because that's a character that hasn't been explored in forever as well, because obviously
Mhm.
the strong failure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing Scribbler, and
No, I'm
No,
trying
no-
to think.
no,
Uh,
you're you guys are fine.
Let's bring Arnold Schwarzenegger back.
Could always be
No.
like James and lay on the floor.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with multiple Batman villains.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not huge. I don't know much.
Like,
Okay, so, I'm gonna rattle a few off. If y'all are familiar with any of them, give me who you think would like to see as that character. Like, cause so first one's first. We've only had two of them, and they were both not great. Two-Face, and they were very small parts. Like,
they are
we
bringing
got
two.
that-
No, they're not. Never mind.
It's,
never mind.
it's in talks. It's in talks.
Yeah, the Riddler is who they were in talks of doing.
Yeah,
what it
the
was.
Riddler's confirmed. Who is Paul Dano?
Yeah.
And there's the Riddler. Y'all probably aren't too familiar with Clayface.
Wow, that would be cool.
Two-Face.
Clayface?
Yeah, Clayface would be super dope. It's hard to think of who could play like Clayface. My personal one I'd still love to see would be Deathstroke. Deathstroke's a great character. Who else? Y'all probably don't know who Mad Hatter is.
Oh yeah.
Unless you've seen Gotham.
The guy from Alice in Wonderland.
Well, he
Well-
plays a character like that.
Pretty much.
Technically, yes, because his entire he's kind of obsessed with that. His name's Arthur Tretch. He's there also is the White Rabbit, who happens to be like quote unquote his evil minion sidekick, and like he's
fucking integrated the show like Alice in Wonderland and Batman. Are they really kind of like the same like kind of a concept? The fucking rabbit, and that's weird.
Yeah, like so he's a hypnotist, and he's kind of like obsessed with the whole idea of Alice in Wonderland, and it's just he happened
like the Scarecrow kind of.
His sister happened to have been named Alice, or his like
Gotcha.
foster sister or something. So like, there's a whole thing that had happened with that. But what characters
Never
are
do
you
Mr.
familiar
Freeze.
with from DC?
I never want to see Mr. Freeze in one again.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
That was just horrible. I'm excited. I think the Riddler will be really good. Because that hasn't been done in a while since Jim Carrey. The Penguin, I'm excited for. Bane, if they do it right.
Bane could be cool. Okay, so if you have any of you played the Arkham games?
Yep.
So
And obviously,
Those are fun.
a Joker eventually has to show up in some form, but how they
Right.
integrate that from the Joker movie into this, I don't know.
So if you guys have played the Arkham games, here's a couple to like think about. So
Killer
Black
Croc.
Mask, Killer Croc. Now, since you brought up Bane, who do you think should play a Bane, and which one would you want? Would you want jacked up Bane, or would you want businessman luchador style Bane? Because they were both in the Arkham games.
The jacked one.
You just want like the one that's all roided out on the Venom.
Yeah, well, like, I would want one that simulates, like, how they did it in The Dark Knight Rises. He's not, like,
Okay.
roided out in a sense, but it's kind of like a mix.
Yeah, like the
'Cause
luchador one, he wasn't more like a. He was more of like a businessman who, if you pissed off, he broke you in half.
Yeah, I don't know. I hated the, obviously, a lot of people think of fucking Bane, and they think of, the one from, what is it, Batman, the one with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The
One
one
with
that that's when we ended up actually having a one that was like all fucking venomed out.
Yeah.
I
don't
thought
like
that was
one.
really cool. That like I like that one, but I kind of like the luchador style Bane too, because like Bane's Mexican, and like he's actually like his normal persona was like relatively intelligent, and then he like got all juiced up, and he just
Yeah.
became monumentally powerful.
Yeah, so
Bane's
that's,
super.
I don't know, we'll see. It's hard to, especially because that was more recent. Like, it's got to be the right person in the right context, really, is how it has to be
Personally,
played.
either way,
Can we get Bizarro Batman?
that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of sick. Just the Bizarro universe in general, I think, would be super cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Yeah.
one that I think would be kind of cool. Someone had brought up. We were talking. I think James yelled Killer Croc at some point.
Yeah.
I would love to see Killer Croc done well, and his head not look bigger than his body, like Suicide Squad. That was terrible.
Suicide Squad.
Well, like, that was so bad. But like, back on the thing of Bane, real fast. Just you can definitely go in a second. But sorry not to cut you off. But I think The Rock could do both. He could either do the roided
He's already
out one.
playing Black Adam, though. He's already in the DC
I
universe.
know that movie's gonna be great.
I hope we do end up getting a second Shazam. Is it confirmed yet, or is it still not perfectly confirmed yet?
He's been signed to play Black Adam for
Mhm.
fucking years now.
Yeah, since
So-
before Guardians 2.
Yeah, it's been a long time, so I don't see them canceling that. It just all depends on the Rock's schedule, because he literally goes from fucking movie to movie to movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
I
man
can see him
doesn't-
being in a Marvel movie before he changes characters in the DC. So I don't think they would let him.
So, what just overall, I guess, what actors? Because I know you guys are familiar with actors. Maybe not like what character they would play. But what actors would you want to see in like a Batman movie?
I don't know. I don't want to go like too A-list because I think that
Yeah.
dilutes the movie. You know, like when
Yeah.
you have all these like A-list celebrities in a movie, it's just kind of like, okay. I don't know, but B actors, I don't know. It's too hard to say.
Yeah, I would say once we get like a hard confirm of like who's going to be in it, then we could speculate, or of like what villains are going to be in there, or what characters.
Yeah, it's
Then
too
we can
hard.
start speculating.
Fucking, I think it'd be cool to see Mark Hamill play an actual character, like maybe actually the Joker.
He's too old.
Yeah, he is, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but
Who would? Okay, so I guess here's an idea. Perfect Joker. Who would you want to play the Joker? Because maybe that'd be the easiest one to talk about. Because like, obviously, if we're doing a new Batman universe, we're gonna have to have a Joker at some point. So who would you guys think you would want to play the Joker? Personally, mine's Willem Dafoe. I think if Willem Dafoe was able to play the Joker, yes, he's old, but he's also skinny, tall, and not Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's should only be in the voice acting version.
he's
in
like
my
the
opinion.
same age as Mark Hamill. How can you have one, not the other?
Because
At that point, just put
Mark Hamill's kind of
Joaquin
chunky, kind of
Phoenix in there.
short. The thing is, if me and Getz actually talked about this, if Willem Dafoe did it, I think it would be to the point where it's the darkest Joker we've seen. Like it's going to be like a sadistic, fucked up version of the Joker, and like,
I'd like
it's
to
not going to
see-
be any punches pulled.
I'd like to see Zach Galifianakis play.
You want to know what's something that's
Joker.
funny, Jeff? You want to know what's something that's funny?
Hmm.
I was actually thinking. I was like, I wonder what Zach Galifianakis would be like
Will
as the
Ferrell
Joker.
will play the Joker. Will play Two-Face. We'll have what's that other guy's name from those movies? They roll as a group.
John C. Riley.
Or how's the name of the guy from The Office?
Steve
That's the
Carell,
Riddler. That's the Riddler right there.
John C. Riley as a Penguin,
No, yeah.
Zoe Deschanel as Catwoman, or Poison Ivy.
John Lithgow as a Scarecrow.
They're looking into McConaughey
For who?
for Two-Face.
All right,
Matthew
all right,
Mc-
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Thing I like about high school girls that I keep getting older, they keep staying the same. All right, all right, all right.
Matthew McConaughey wouldn't be bad, but I think he's done acting. He's a professor at the University of Texas.
Is he officially done acting?
He was on Jimmy Fallon the other day. He's a legit professor. He does a thing script to called script to film or something like that. He takes
Oh.
everyone through the actual steps.
Script to screen.
Oh, that's
Script
cool.
to screen. There you go. Two people I think would do good: Christopher Waltz, Christoph
Who?
Waltz.
Oh,
I think he would do phenomenal. And Shia LaBeouf.
who do you think he should play?
I think Shia LaBeouf would do a good Joker, to be honest with you.
Really?
Shia
Well, I mean, he's already unhinged
That's what I'm saying. Like
as it is. Like he wouldn't be acting.
his movie that it's coming out in a couple weeks, I get is getting like
Peanut Butter
raving.
Falcon?
Yeah, no. Honey Boy. He got an
Honey Boy?
award for it already. Robert Downey Jr. Presented him the award. It is being considered because he wrote it. He wrote it in rehab. In court-ordered rehab, he wrote a movie, and it's getting like reviews of being one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But he did it because he has PTSD. So basically, the movie that he wrote is about how fucked up his life was from being a child star at like 5 years old to now. And so like he'd be good. So I think he would he'd be good at one of the characters. Johnny Depp might be interesting.
That'd be fun.
I'll be right back.
No, you're good. Yeah, I think he'd be pretty good. If Kevin Spacey wasn't a fucking rapist, he'd be decent. Gary Oldman. No, he was already in Batman, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. He was Commissioner Gordon, so he can't come back.
That's true.
So he'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Like, I would love to see like Brad Pitt in one of these, but at the same time, I don't want to like an A-list celebrity. Ruins
Well,
it.
like, hang on. Let me check something out. I'm gonna look up a list of B-list celebrities so we can do it.
While he's doing that, let's go to got some quick Disney things.
Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
One's absolutely hilarious. Disney princess got groped in Disney World the other day. A 55-year-old man got arrested.
Ariel.
Yeah. This guy is obsessed with Ariel. Went up and hugged her and just grabbed her boobs and didn't let go.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yep. And she had to like, she was so caught off guard she didn't know what to do. People had basically had to pry him off of her, as what is stated in the article.
Just wow.
Frozen 2 reviews are in. Very mixed. It's very adultish, and it went from being a very kid-friendly movie to being a more like teen-driven movie, is what they are saying.
So you mean there's a Disney movie that isn't being heralded as the greatest thing ever since sliced bread?
Exactly.
Or sorry, since the last Disney movie? Oh wait, no, that's Marvel.
Star Wars is taking a hiatus after Rise of Skywalker. The
Thank
CEO has confirmed that Star Wars will be going on into hiatus following the Rise of Skywalker.
Good.
The next movie will not be released until 2022.
So that's not really a fucking hiatus. They're just making another goddamn movie.
They're still making one right now, probably.
Yeah, it's 2022, 2024, 2026 is when the Star Wars franchise, the new trilogy, will be released.
They need to stop.
So I don't know how that's a hiatus, but that's what it is.
As Filthy Frank would say, it's
time to stop.
Yeah.
The original cut of this movie had Leia wielding a lightsaber.
What?
Yeah, they actually had her using a lightsaber in this. J.J. Abrams thought it was too off, and also it was too hard to film because obviously she's not alive, so they decided to cut it from.
Yeah, I don't know how necessary that would be.
So, yeah, that was pretty much his reaction. A lot of people's reaction were like,
That's interesting.
is this really necessary? And she's like, fine. So they ended up taking it out. Last piece of Disney news. Remember how I was talking about Oscar nominations and bidding and you have to campaign for it? Disney is submitting 13 Avengers for Oscar consideration.
Bet.
Best Supporting Actor, Robert
Best
Downey
movie of all
Jr.
time.
Best Supporting Actor, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Helmsworth, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin, Paul Rudd, Don Cheadle. Best Supporting Actress, Scarlett Johansson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Zoe, Karen Aguilera, and Brie Larson. So essentially every single character that was in the movie is being campaigned by Disney for Oscar, which is absolutely hilarious. It is the most nominations being campaigned by one company in history.
Oh, Disney.
The last company it was Game of Thrones when they did 8. So.
That's a lot of that's a lot of
A lot of people.
Yeah.
They're just trying to throw as much on there so they
We have Oscar nominees.
Yeah.
gonna win.
There's a lot of people that deserve Oscar from those movies, though.
Did you find that James? I mean Nate.
They're like, so a lot of the things that come up for B-list actors are like a lot of old school actors.
All right. Well, let's put a pin in that really quick, and let's go to some movie news because we're already at 2 hours and 30 minutes for this podcast.
Yeah, we are.
We haven't gotten into video games.
Yeah.
So, James, you go.
All right. So, Outer Worlds is coming to the Switch.
Woot.
This is from a GameSpot article. It is sometime they announced during a quarterly earnings report, Take-Two writes that Outer Worlds will be available on Nintendo Switch by calendar year 2020 during our fiscal year 2020. So, probably sometime between January and March is what they're speculating. So that's good. More people can play Outer Worlds. Don't really know how well it's going to run on the Switch. So, probably won't look good or anything like that.
Well, I mean, they threw Skyrim on it, and
It ran like piss.
did it? Did
And also, that's a 8-year-old game.
Yeah, that's true.
The Witcher 3.
Oh,
That ran
But,
bad too.
that
Yeah.
runs at like 5 frames at points.
On the Switch?
They did a bunch of things to like scale the resolution so it's able to run, but most times it's only running at like 380p or something like that.
Wow.
Oh, if you want to play it in that's in handheld mode. If you want to play it, it's hard to see anything. You can't make out detail, but it's still a fucking accomplishment.
Yeah, it's wild.
Death Stranding, pre-orders for these Steam and Epic Game Store versions are live right now.
I
So
thought it
you
was going to
can.
be an exclusive.
No, it's coming out next year for PC. It's console exclusive. Speaking of Death Stranding and movies, Kojima Productions, Koji Pro.
Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, the absolute madman, has come out and said that he wants to, during a BAFTA panel, because he's a BAFTA man now. His next project could be a fusion of games and movies that would capitalize on the way streaming is uniting many forms of entertainment. So
That's vague and ambiguous, and I like it.
yeah, Kojima, he's always wanted to make movies. He's a huge movie buff. So good on him. I want to see him live out his dreams. PlayStation Now added 3 new games for November. One I haven't played, one I don't like, but people think is a banger, and one is an absolute banger. So Persona 5 is on there now, which is top tier JRPG. Middle-earth Shadows of War is on there. I hear it's good now that they got rid of the microtransactions. And then Hollow Knight is also on there, which not my cup of tea. And Jeff,
Yo, what's up?
this is a YouTube thing. So
Yeah.
actually, well, Jeff, you want to talk about the Markiplier stuff real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
So YouTube has made 2 big oopsies this week. And one of them involves one of the bigger YouTubers out there, Markiplier, and more importantly, his fan.
Yes. So,
Jeff,
in a nutshell, he had like this murder mystery thing that he put together, and apparently the way it would work is he would say, "All right, audience, if you want me to go through the left door, throw up a green emoji. If you want me to go through the right door, do a red one." And shortly after people started to do this, people started to find that their entire Google accounts had been banned. Like, completely shut down. And then when they tried to, like, fight it, they were pretty much greeted with a, if you get banned, that's because we are wise. And no. So Markiplier's been online, like, trying to figure out what the heck is going on and trying to fix it. So that's one thing that's super cool, is he's just like he's trying to be on top of it. He's instructing all of his fans, like, if your account got banned, to get in touch with his moderators, and they'll add him to the list of people to try to fix it.
Did you watch his video on it? I have never seen that man so mad in my life.
Yeah, he's
I've been
pretty
watching
upset about
stuff
it.
for a hot minute.
Yeah, he was pretty
He
upset.
is fuming. at it. Another thing. Oh, go ahead.
Well, just in a nutshell, he's trying to he's trying to get it all figured out.
He's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he has contacts at YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
That-
sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Talking
I'm sure
to-
it will get fixed. But the thing is, it's a robot thing, you know.
Mhm.
It's like, and the point he made in the video that I found is that what he was mentioning about if there's really humans that are looking over these appeals.
Which apparently, according
It
to
doesn't
YouTube, there
look-
are.
According to YouTube, there are, but like.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you look at it, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would a normal human being see why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if that was in fact the case, a normal person would be like, "Oh, there's clearly a mistake here. Let's fix this."
Yeah.
So, and that's what he was like. If YouTube's lying, you know. So, hopefully they can get fixed. And so for everybody who's listening, if you're a streamer on YouTube, or if you watch other people stream, don't use those emojis for now. Wait for them to fix
Don't
that
use
shit.
emojis.
Yeah, stay away from those for a second. True.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's really fucked. Another fuck thing with YouTube is that they've just updated their community guidelines.
Sure did.
Did they?
and
I've
their
seen them.
and their terms of service.
Yeah, what's up? Did you
It
read-
has gotten me and a bunch of other YouTubers fucking panicked.
Why?
So this is actually, and I looked through my email too when I saw someone posted on Twitter, and I had to look through my email, that email that they sent us, for changing the terms of service. All right. So one thing that YouTube is trying to do is they want to be more, like, they don't want to be as vague when it comes to the rules. They want it to be like clear cut. You know, hey, this is what it is. This is XYZ can cause
Right.
this.
Well, because we talked about it before on how I think it goes down to the idea that if you're going to be a digital soapbox, you can't curate your thing. However, you can set up rules.
Yeah. So one of the things that they added and haven't told anyone about any of this stuff and like how this can happen is, quote, YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes, in its sole discretion, that provisions of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. So pretty much what that's saying, in a nutshell,
Wow.
is that if they don't find your channel viable commercially to YouTube, they can get rid of it.
Well, you know, okay, so let's dissect that a little bit. So it sounds like what all right, so if you throw the blanket on it, it sounds like what they're saying is, in a nutshell, if your channel isn't making money, we can kick you off the platform.
Yeah.
Correct? Now let's take it from another angle, from the way they're probably intending for it to sound. If you are producing content that is going to dissuade advertisers from working with us, we gonna kick your ass off.
And
think-
I'm sure that's what they
and I
mean,
think
but
that's what
they
they mean
don't
by
word
it.
it that way.
Right? They leave
And there was no clear thing about that.
and they probably leave it vague on purpose so that they can use that
that
as
gray
an
area.
excuse
Yeah.
to ban people that hopefully we're past. See, I was this, Nate, you might get a little kick out of this. I've been watching a kind of looking into a little bit of patterns. Like if you look at like you have the 90s, you have the 80s, the 90s, you know, you have the millennial time there. What do you even call that? What would you call the 10s?
It's generation at Z.
Okay.
Well, no, like the 2010s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a generation Z.
Yeah, but we're not talking about generations.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about just
Oh.
Boomer.
like
Okay, boomer.
I like 80s music. I like 90s music. I like 2000s
I got
music.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
2000s.
Okay, so like, as far
Sorry.
as I think around year 5, year 6, that is the defined generation, and then as you move forward, you're actually getting into what's going to be the year 5, 6 of the following generation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Like the first 5 years define it, and then the next 5 years kind of hone it and experiment into, and it bleeds over into the next.
Right. Thus defining the following generation, right?
Mhm.
So, hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing, brother? The Dodo King. Yes, I think. I want to hope that both politically, as well as with this stuff that's going on in the social media sphere, we are going to be moving out of this, like all of the stuff that instigated YouTube to change its things, where it was kicking people offline and doing all kinds of annoying things. I'm hoping that we're moving out of what it was and into this, and then this piece here, with them basically putting this out however they want, gives them the opportunity to show that they're going to use this for the better good. Because like you said, they left it vague, probably on purpose. So they might be laying out, hopefully, I'm probably wrong, they're probably going to use it for evil, because that's what corporations do, but
It's possible.
it gives
That's
them,
YouTube in a nutshell.
yeah, it gives them the potential, though, to prove that, otherwise. So I'm hoping that when I'm hoping we're getting out of this phase, as far as an entire, as far as a whole, as a country, I don't know about the world, but as far as the country and the political arena and I guess you could just call it, put that umbrella of that over all of it, really, right? Because even being kicked off of, Alex Jones being kicked off, technically that's a political thing, right? So, like I said, I don't know. I'm hoping that we're going to be moving out of this crazy stuff and into something that's a little bit more open. We'll see, because there really hasn't been as much noise as there was. Like, when was the last time you really... There was the big thing that people were getting kicked off left and right, but it's been a while since it's been a problem, as far as I'm aware, right?
Speaking of people getting kicked off, you guys heard, you probably because it's Fortnite, but a member of FaZe Clan got banned from Fortnite for life because he was making YouTube videos with an aimbot and cheat codes to specifically make content for YouTube videos. He wasn't using them to win tournaments or anything, but he was just doing fun videos. But the only way to make the videos was to actually use the bots, the aim bots, where basically you can shoot and kill somebody from across the map with nothing. And Epic got a hold of it and banned him for life.
Good.
Yeah, I'm actually on page with you on that one.
Yeah.
If your experimentation does not affect another person, then fine, do whatever you want.
That's different.
That shit that's going on with Fallout right now.
Mm.
That's some trash on what's going on with that kid. But this kid, he's still using the exploit to affect other people's gameplay, and they're unaware of it. They're unaware that it's happening.
Advocate, though.
If you reach out to me and you say, hey, I'm gonna use this aimbot and we're gonna play together, and I agree to it, then fine. But if I'm if I'm playing and somebody's using an aimbot and I don't know about it, but I know about it, right?
The other 99 people playing in the group.
It's not fair and it's obnoxious.
Let's I'm gonna go ahead and play devil's avocados real quick.
Okay.
So, if it's not tournament, if you're not playing for money, if you're not doing physically anything besides killing time while playing video games, there shouldn't be an issue. Yes, it's gonna be annoying that's when you load up and you're probably not going to run into that person again because of how many people consistently play. It's still a competitive game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know a life ban.
I would agree with that. I would agree because of the fact they make competitive modes. They have completely different sectors. There's tournament mode and then there's free play. You can just go in with some friends, play. There's no tournament going on there. There's entirely different tabs you have to click to go into the tournament side of things.
Yeah, but
at the same time. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but what if, say, you were just playing some, I don't know, let's say Call of Duty. Let's say we were playing Call of Duty just for fun.
Okay.
And one little fuck there keeps, lag switching, if that's still a thing. And, keeps, phasing in and out of areas to get away from, getting shot, or to just sneak up behind you and shoot you in the back of the head. How annoying would that be?
No, I'm not saying that it's not relatively shitty. Like, it sucks to play
I'm not
against those kind of
justifying
people,
it, but
Yeah.
but
you gotta
I
think
don't
people
think it
practice
deserves
though.
any form of ban. But if they practice, they go into specific matches with their friends, and now they made rooms for people to practice in the custom game aspect.
Yeah.
They make specific
this-
maps for practicing.
This would be a completely different conversation if he was playing in like a mode that had, you know, it's just him and a bunch of buddies playing against
Right.
bots. This would be a completely different conversation.
oh my gosh,
You gotta
hey,
think though, he can still play against a ninja or some of the big people, and they're like, where the fuck did I just get shot from?
Nate,
And
Exactly.
to them, like, they're making money off of playing it normal.
right?
So, and they just got killed, and they're like, what the fuck? I just got killed. Like, say, like, Ninja and his teammate, Reverse or whatever, they have that, like, 54 game win streak, or whatever that they did. They played on normal. Like,
Mhm.
like they broke what they consider what would be the world record for the most wins in a row on normal Fortnite, and a dude comes in with an aimbot and fucking takes him out. I'd be
Yeah,
flipping shit.
yeah.
That's, I would say to a point that, like, I see where you're coming from, but I also would say that argument, not like because it's your argument, but like the argument in
Yeah.
general about it being like a bigger YouTuber or whatever, doesn't matter because they're kind of immortalized in this, and they're still gonna make money. They're not losing anything from losing a match. Okay,
I agree,
be
but
pissed off about dying once, pick up and move on. Because
Yeah.
once
But then
again, the
also-
likelihood of you getting put in the match with that person again is relatively unlikely.
But then
But
you
from a
also got to.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Mark. You also got to think too on Epic's end. You know,
Mhm.
hey, if you're Ninja, all right, and you get fucking no scope 360 quick shot from across the goddamn map
Right?
because of an aimbot.
Battery.
if I was Ninja, I would be taking to social media and being like, this is fucking bullshit.
Right,
Or
this
the-
is garbage. These
the-
guys need to moderate their shit better. Blah 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 blah
Yeah. Or like the 5 people watching him on Mixer now will probably be like, that's fucking bullshit. All right, so then that's putting a bad image on Epic.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't
so we're not
think a
talking about
life. Go ahead.
We're
Keep going.
not talking about the individual creators or the individual people in the game. We're now
Yeah.
talking about basically doing a Blizzard
Yeah.
to a company.
Yeah, because and then it's on YouTube, and then other people are saying, "Oh, I want to try this," and then that. And what were you gonna say, Mark?
People are using these tools, so as a business standpoint, it just lowers the quality of your product. It makes
Yeah.
people want to play it less, and then being that it's kind of a free product, it makes people want to put less money into it. And
Right,
No,
why am
one
I
per-
going to invest on this thing if there's going to be cheaters all over the place type shit?
I don't
Exactly.
think he should have been banned for life. To
Yeah,
me,
not for
that's
life.
a little much. Like, there was, like, remember a couple months ago we were talking about that $30 million tournament?
Yeah.
There was people that actually got caught cheating doing that tournament, and they only got banned for 2 weeks. But because
See?
this guy was a FaZe Clan member, a part of a big organization, a big group, Epic said they wanted to make a statement
Exactly.
and ban him. Their
Eee.
FaZe is obviously
Fucking dumb.
everybody
Phase-
making these
Getting
statements.
banned for so long is a little ridiculous, I think.
FaZe is
okay.
obviously competing, not competing against it,
Fighting it, yeah.
but fighting it.
The
So we'll see.
reason that that's even, for the lack of a better word, I'll just say dumb again, is purely for the fact that if he got banned for life for simply making fun content videos, sure, it might annoy some people. But once again, it's a okay. So I didn't actually talk about this part yet, but like you guys were saying, it's a free game. There are still going to be people playing it physically, no matter what. That game is not going to die. It's going to drop in popularity relatively quickly every now and then, but there's going to be a loyal follow base. It's not going away. People are still going to put money into it because children like to talk to their parents, and they're going to get little skins, whatever. I eventually, every now and then, might put a couple bucks into it because I see something that looks cool, and I'll play it for a couple days and I'll forget about it. But the fact that someone got banned for 2 weeks with $30 million on the line versus someone making probably a couple $100,000 every couple of months making YouTube videos. And I'm assuming no, because I believe that phase climber was a smaller one. I think he only had like
he
probably
wasn't.
500,000 to 1 million subscribers, which
Yeah.
meaning he's probably making about $30,000 every 2 months roughly, which I mind you
more
fucking
Still a lot,
great.
but yeah.
I would say
Depending
about
how-
50,000 probably every like 1 to 2 months.
But it's not in the level as
Depending
the
on
rest.
av rev and whatnot, I
Yeah.
could. But that being aside, this would do simply for no malicious intent as to where these kids that got banned for 2 weeks was purely malicious intent so they could beat other kids and make money from it.
Yep.
Like $30 million
They did
specifically.
get kicked out of the tournament too, so they didn't have
That
a
would
chance
be
to win any
considered
money.
cheating as to where this should be, hey, you're violating guidelines. Don't fucking do that. You're off for a week.
Yeah, but who fucking cares about little Jimmy buttfuck, in this tournament that, does the aimbot that, may stream and get like, 1 viewer or no viewers per stream, as opposed to this huge hyper mega, like streamer / YouTuber who's, getting a ton of views and all that kind of stuff.
Like monetary benefits at
making
your
revenue
expense.
on Twitch from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
At your expense.
So like this dude, if anything, he's the one that should be getting the fucking ban hammer thrown at him. He's the one that the book should be thrown at because he is going to be the biggest example set. Because all these little kids, all these 5-year-olds watching him, as all FaZe Clan members have, their audience is like 8-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be like, oh shit, I don't want to get banned for life too, so they're not going to replicate this.
Yep.
While, again, Jimmy Buttfuck over here, who's doing this, managed to somehow enter into this tournament and doing this aimbot,
Yep.
who cares about him?
Yeah.
He's just a blip on the goddamn radar. He's just a small fish in an ocean.
Andy
Well, this
really
dude is a
appreciates
star.
it. Andy really appreciates the expression, "little Jimmy buttfuck."
And then on that note, let's
Let's move on.
keep going.
That's all. The
well,
YouTube service.
let's segue though. All right, so real quick into 76. So let's talk about the
Yeah.
kid is getting banned for that.
Yep.
So 76, there's a guy and a team that has data mined for months the Fallout 76 files, and his intention is to, and was and did and successfully did, was to create a map of all of the resources available on the map. So if you're looking for a specific thing like soap or basketball or whatever, one of the resources that are in the game, you type it into the search and it pops up, where the spots are on the map to get these items. So, and it started out as a tool just so he could find it, and then he ended up eventually putting it online, and he's been a super fanboy, super supporter, has 6 accounts, invests tons of money into the game for the various skins and such, and is just a community leader, honestly, for this game. And so him and his buddies are traveling around doing their business, right? And they stumble across an exploit. Now, their intention, from what has been reported, was...
But that's the game having an exploit? No.
Right. So their intention, according to what was reported, was that they intended to test it to verify that it in fact was a problem, and then reported it to Bethesda, of which they did do.
Man, they must have a full-time job doing that.
Yeah. Well, they probably. I mean, he has a community and stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if, to some extent, there's, it probably is a big part of his life. So, upon reporting it to Bethesda, they proceed to ban him and all of his buddies for life.
Makes sense.
For
That's-
what though?
No, that's Bethesda.
For using the exploit.
Yeah.
For testing the exploit, essentially,
Yep.
is why they ended up being banned.
What?
Yes.
That's what happens when your
And
game's
what
in the shitter
What did the exploit do?
and your company is.
They didn't go into detail with what it did, actually. I don't know.
Pretty much what it did. If somebody opened up the .exe for the launcher instead of doing it through the game launcher, it would save the person's username and password in plain text.
Oh, nice.
And
What does
so-
that do for
Oh,
someone?
nice.
So somebody could just, log in your computer real quick and grab your plain text password.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
not encrypted at all.
Or if something happens to
Oh.
their servers and they're able to get access to everyone's information, like
Kind of like what happened
Yeah,
when
it's-
people submitted the help ticket to get the actual canvas bags for the collector's edition, and they just held that shit in plain text.
all
all
the
the
credit card
confidential-
information was everywhere.
Credit card information, addresses, all that stuff. Same thing. Same
Do they-
thing.
Do they say they're gonna? I'm guessing they're probably gonna try to fight this ban, if I would assume.
I think
Yeah.
they did. Didn't they try to
A
fight
bunch
it?
of them's been, the guy in particular that you've been talking about has been fighting it, but he hasn't been unbanned yet.
Yeah, he's been
Some of the
successful
people
with
in his group, some have been permanently banned.
Like
and
IP band?
I think it's just account banned.
Okay.
And then a few of them have been temporarily unbanned. And then they'll receive a permanent ban if they do similar actions again in the future.
That's insane.
So,
Well, they did
if
the exact same goddamn thing when people found a way to get into the dev room or the QA room.
yeah, well, this time it's just like, oh, we're trying to fix your game, but if you do it again, we're gonna ban you. So don't do it again.
Yeah.
So like these people that are spending all this time to make this game better than it was,
Right.
they're just like, fuck this shit,
Yeah,
Reset the Fallout clock.
yeah.
pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
such shit.
They really can't get there. I don't understand it, man. I mean, I'm a huge Fallout fanboy. Like, I'm wearing a Fallout hat right now.
Oh, and
And-
they're also trying to refund their like Fallout First subscription.
yeah.
Apparently, that's a hell in a handbasket.
Because they use the
Yep.
in-game currency.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
one guy I was watching used, or no, I guess the dude used the example of, here's a free gift card with the purchase of a vehicle, and then there's something wrong with the vehicle, so you go to return it, and they say no because you used the gift card. Is basically the analogy he used. Like, damn.
Why doesn't Bethesda just kill this game already? Like, that's the only core.
I would assume that there's still a huge following with the game,
You'd
regardless
hope.
of the issues.
Yeah,
Not at all.
I wish that they would just.
I'd imagine there probably is.
They need new leadership, is what it is. That's or
They
something.
just
Todd
need
Howard needs to leave the company.
management.
Huh?
Mark said they need new management.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they need a new
uh,
they need a new team of people that are actually running it and like
I actually
That's-
know how to run like a social online game. Like, yeah, they have Elder Scrolls Online, but that's a completely different division. I think that's like their UK division of Bethesda
That's
So,
more
like,
ZeniMax.
or ZeniMax. Yeah, so like they don't have
They know how
anybody
to
to
do it.
really.
They do it well. They do it fantastic. But yeah, no, it's like Fallout 76 at this point, Bethesda just needs to cut their losses and kill the game.
Andy says
Like,
he's
no, not even joking.
Andy says he's
Just kill the game.
excited. Oh yeah, you think so? You think killing the game?
I think so.
What
yeah,
about
that's the
everybody
only,
who
just,
has invested into it though?
just cut your losses. Cut their losses now, because it's only gonna get downhill from here.
And
There's
create a
no-
new game, a better like a new one down the road.
Or like
I
just
don't think
just
so. I think they just need
offline.
to get a new team of people to take it over, and I think
Like
it has the
Destiny
potential.
2.
I played the shit out of it. It is fun, and it's really a fun concept for like meeting people because you can invent your own stories
Yeah,
and do all
yeah,
kinds of
but-
stuff.
But that doesn't matter to because how much more money are you or anyone else currently playing the game or is going to spend on that game?
Yeah.
I would be down to spend. I never actually paid cash money, but I did. You could do activities in the game to acquire the in-game currency and use that in exchange for skins
I think
and
that-
things.
I think they needed
So-
Destiny 2, where the game was shit, people hated it, then they kind of got their asses kicked and like, okay, we need to fix it,
Or Destiny 1?
and they come back out, and Destiny 2 is huge now.
Yeah,
They just
That's
they
after
kept
a
the
year,
same game
and
and,
they
then revamped it.
they have competent people working on that project though.
Dude, they
it's
completely
Bungie.
abandoned the road. What do they call it?
The
roadmap.
Roadmap.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
completely.
they deleted
Yeah.
that shit.
If they would have stuck to the damn roadmap,
Look at fucking Anthem.
Yeah.
Look at
I mean,
Anthem.
what is Anthem?
Yeah, exactly. What is Anthem? All right, so
I
this
would-
is like
I appreciate it,
perfect
Batman.
example right here. okay, so you have a good
Thank
game
you.
that actually has people that care about the project in Destiny 1 and 2.
Yeah,
These
great.
people are actually passionate about it, and they're keeping up with it and trying to make it better. When you look at like Fallout 76 and Anthem, it's almost like they don't care. And I'm sure the people at the dev team do actually care about this game.
Yep.
But someone higher up is saying, "Fuck you, we don't care anymore." So, and look at Anthem. That game is dead. That game is deader than dead.
Yeah, that they
Like,
completely fucked that roadmap too.
Yeah. So and BioWare at this point, I do believe, and EA is basically just saying, "Fuck it, cut our losses. Let's just throw this out."
The industry term is sunsetting.
Yeah, and basically put this on, occasional hot fixes. No new real big content, none of that stuff. Just kind of keep the servers running, and then just hey, we might have an update here or there, like every year, for like bug fixes and stuff like that. Fallout 76, they should just do that.
Quick note: the current player base is still in the millions for Fallout 76.
So that's probably why they keep it.
Is that concurrent though?
I don't know. It says as of last month, it was still in the millions. Like, it didn't give me an exact, but it's millions plural.
Okay, so that could be over that month though.
It's still a lot of people going in.
It's still a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not getting new people, and that's what they need. That's how you make a games as service game alive.
Yep.
Is that you get more people, you get the new people, and you get people telling their friends.
Yep.
And with this huge shit stain on Fallout, at this point, I wouldn't tell anyone to pick up this game. Because Bethesda's just gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
They completely fixed ESO when it started out as hot garbage.
So
Exactly.
We'll see what
ESO
happens.
became a pretty solid game.
Yeah, we'll see.
Final
But
Fantasy
with-
14.
But but digressing back, it's absolutely ridiculous that
That guy
kid
got banned.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely, and it's a permanent.
No,
ban.
that's trash.
Yeah.
So the reasoning the only thing I could possibly think of that would make sense. You said he had a community, so I'm assuming
I don't
the fact that he was
maybe probably
showing I don't think it's because he was doing it. I think it's because he was like actively showing people that, hey, this exists. So
that's a question.
is it wrong still?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely 100%. But it could have been like, okay, we're just going to drop them out so they can't do this, and that no one also knows this exists, other than the people that he...
We'll take it out, and
As
when
a
we take it out,
community.
we'll let him back in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I suppose then that would be the piece on it then, is if in fact he was making YouTube videos and encouraging others to exploit, then absolutely that's appropriate.
Yeah.
To be
Maybe not
kicked
even
off.
just encourage
at least
others,
so.
but
Or at
simply...
least paused for a second. But if he wasn't teaching people how to do the exploit and
Just doing it himself to try to
Promoting it.
fix it.
yeah,
Mhm.
then that's totally then he's in no wrong at all.
From the post, that's what it seems.
Yeah, from the post, that is what it sounds like. It sounds like he
Then if
wasn't
anything,
exploiting.
What's his
anything-
tag?
Mhm.
Does it say or no? Like his
No.
PSN, gamer tag, whatever, what have you.
It
doesn't?
We'd
Okay.
have to dig into it a little more, yeah. But
if anything, fucking Bethesda should hire him on QA.
Yeah.
yeah,
If they were a good company, they would have fucking put him in QA.
yeah, and instead
Been like,
they,
hey, you've been doing good shit.
instead they banned a dude that essentially has the potential to dissolve the. Well, he already started to dissolve. He took down the website that had the resources, and he took down some other stuff, I guess.
Yep.
So
He's done.
He started to dissolve it, and he's like, and ultimately the trigger for him to get, to evaporate himself off of the platform was the fact that they wouldn't return his 76.
They wouldn't reinstate him.
Yeah.
No, not the reinstatement. It was they wouldn't return his money, his 15.
Oh.
His money
The
for the
Fallout first.
for the Fallout first.
If I was this guy, I would just scrub my hands clean of Fallout 76 forever
Well,
and just
Sounds like he might.
not support it anymore. Yeah.
it sounds like he might. I suppose it would just depend on the recourse from Bethesda
What they
at this
do,
point,
what
because
Bethesda does.
you have to think about it like you, man. Imagine if it was your favorite, like you built a whole thing around. You know what I mean? Like if it was your jam.
If
and
it was
you-
Monster, okay, let's say it's Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Let's say if Capcom threw the ban hammer at me, for doing an Explorer and Monster Hunter, I would be fucking livid, and I wouldn't touch that game ever again, and I wouldn't support them ever again.
Yeah. Andy says he thinks that they should work with another design company and produce a whole new fresh look. Of
That's
Fallout
something.
legit crushed everything the way it is now. Yeah, just crush it.
Moving on there. So who has? That was a huge point from that. That was a really good segment, by the way. Who has some other news? Do you have more news, James?
No, that's it.
All right. I have a few things, unless anybody wants to go first.
I have a few things. I can just do them real quick.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
We
Covered
start
most of
wrapping
my
up
stuff.
So IO announced Hitman 3, and it's well underway.
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, they've been working on it for about 13 months now for full-time support. Oh, actually, that's for Hitman 2.
I try to play those games. I'm the running gunning one, so like me trying to sneak around never for me. I always got caught.
We know that.
So it looks like the third one's coming along. IO actually announced their next update coming out on the 19th for Hitman 2, which will consist of an episodic thing happening through November. So every week they'll have 2 new content drops. So a total of 10 featured contracts, 8 escalation contracts, 6 challenge packs, 5 items unlocks, 2 suit unlocks,
Nice.
and legacy elusive target. So there'll be a bunch of
Nice.
content coming in November. Yeah, fucking IO's gone on top of Hitman 2. It's one of the really big IPs.
Good shit.
Yeah, that's all I have.
I think we covered
Nate,
most
did you have
stuff I
any more?
wanted to talk about.
Not necessarily. The only thing I do want to throw out is I was looking a little bit more to that 76 thing, and this happened November 10th, correct?
Yeah, not too
Something
long ago.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause
yes.
November 10th. Yeah. So on that, with that being said, he did have a smaller YouTube channel of about 3,000 people, and he did bug compilations. So it was visible that this happens, that you can see what's going on. If you go to CCN about, so like he did have a YouTube community. So like I'm not saying like he's a bad person, but like he oopsied.
Yeah.
He fucked up a little bit.
No,
Still
but
shouldn't
Bethesda
be a-
oopsied.
Forever.
No,
It
I
should
don't
be banned, though.
disagree, but like
Yeah.
realistically, you shouldn't be exploiting bugs that can do that. Like the immortality bugs and whatnot that he found prior, totally fine.
Yeah,
They'll
but
get
if this
washed.
is
They'll get
accounts,
fixed. This
Yeah.
is personal well-being, financial well-being, like things that can be sketchy.
I got a couple things. Apex Legends, which I honestly
game's
blows
still
my
around?
mind that we didn't
People
even
still-
realize this.
No, me
People
and James talked
um,
about it like a week or so ago.
They released a duos mode.
It's been out for a couple weeks.
Well, they announced it a couple weeks. It just released on the 5th. The duos mode is only going to be until the 19th. After the 19th, they are taking it away. It is a special event, kind of like what they did for Halloween.
So
okay.
we got eight days to not play
Yeah.
Apex. Cool.
So after the 19th, they will release a holiday theme concept like they did for Halloween. They haven't said if it's geared towards Christmas or Thanksgiving. I highly doubt it's Thanksgiving. It's probably Christmas.
Probably.
They released a new firing range,
Sorry,
which
buddy.
is
Let me
training.
try.
So you can practice with any character, any guns on targets. So basically, it's a way to get better at the game.
Andy says duos is insane.
I haven't played it, so that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played
Uh,
Apex since like the last time I played with you guys.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been a minute
so
since you played.
terrible at those games.
I miss playing Apex. I just don't have a squad because I don't get to play with many people.
They were going to be releasing some Black Friday deals. And on the PC, Xbox, and PS4. With Apex. So basically, if you download the game, you get special content with it if you haven't played the game before,
Okay.
which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
Fancy.
It's a sad day. We have a little moment of silence here. PlayStation has announced that it is ending support for SingStar.
Oh no!
Fuck is SingStar?
Yeah.
One of the best games ever made.
Rip and pepperoni.
It was a karaoke game.
Yeah,
Oh.
basically it was where they played the music video behind it, and you sang along with the actual person. Call Me Maybe. What's her name was basically the face of the game. Carly Rae Jepsen. As of January 31st, 2020, you will not be able to play online, download any new games. The leaderboards will be unavailable. All of the dead space in the game will be gone,
That's so sad.
as well as any online support will be gone as well. So they are ending it, and they are officially removing it from all servers. So you can no longer play at your parties as SingStar.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
On PS2.
Yeah, pop in the PS2 version.
Yeah.
That'll be forever. PS2
And
version.
PS3. Modern Warfare is getting a battle pass. It has been delayed to late December. For those who are interested,
What would the battle pass be for?
instead of loot boxes,
Skins,
loot crates. Yeah,
charms,
because you know how in Blackout
watches.
you had
Extra XP per hour.
I already have that.
your loot crate. You had loot drops in Black Ops 4. They removed that because of the huge controversy of gambling, so they put in a battle pass. XO19. Xbox's annual conference
First time.
Starts. What'd you say?
First annual.
I thought. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just said annual. It is the first annual celebration for Microsoft. It starts in London this week, 15 to the 16th. Streams happening on Mixer, YouTube, Twitch, YouTube.
Even fucking
Twitter.
Microsoft doesn't solely use Mixer.
Yeah, they're gonna be on Twitch.
That's the saddest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my life.
There will be huge news on Project Scarlet, future titles, including up and coming games, including Halo Infinite.
And then I saw a logo that had Rare's logo on there.
Rare will be there.
I can't
as
wait
well.
for them to show off Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts 2.
Featured games: Age of Empires 2, Battletoads, Cyber Shadow, Doom, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Forza 4, the Lego Speed Champion Edition, Gears 5 updates, Halo Master Chief Collection, Haven, Leadhead, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Minecraft Dungeons.
I'm gonna put money down right now. They're going to announce that Halo Master Chief Collection will be available on PC that day.
I guarantee it.
I'm gonna put money down on that.
Wastelands 3, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. They had other Ubisoft games announced, but have been taken off the docket due to the delays. So I'm assuming we will get full details on what exactly the Project Scarlet will come with.
I don't know about
what
that.
it's gonna. You don't think so this early?
They're
No.
probably gonna wait for E3.
Yeah.
What's the point of having this conference then?
Talk about the games coming out for the Xbox One.
Hype it up.
Yeah.
Maybe. So we'll see. So we'll have some news from this next week, as well as there's going to be some mixed updates.
Oh,
that
are
they
they
will
actually
announce.
gonna make it a real fucking streaming platform now?
So we'll
Allegedly.
see. We'll see. Last two things. Diablo 4 crossplay multiplayer is the goal for this
Yay.
game. They want this game to be cross-platform, so everyone can play it together, just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Fortnite, and League of Legends. As it has proven that this is now the norm, so Diablo 3 will take place in the connected world.
Yay.
It may not be available on launch, but it will be the end goal. I haven't played any of the Diablos since like Diablo 1, so I know
Diablo
good.
3 was a lot of fun.
I know
3's
Diablo
good.
3 has a huge following.
2's still the best, but 3's pretty good.
3 was actually my first induction into Diablo, so I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I never played 3. I know a lot of people absolutely love it. But yeah, that's the end goal for that. And now let's get some 2 releases.
I have
Yeah,
some too.
Oh, what's up, Schroeder?
Just I think it's a good segue from this into releases or releases into this. But is there any deals.com? So
Anydeals.com?
yeah, so just a heads up, guys, we got a couple pretty killer deals going on this week, it looks like. Like The Witcher, for example, is on sale, 70% off right now on Steam.
Is this just on this website, or does this tell you deals from every
Yeah,
like
shows
website?
shows you a bunch of them, yeah. Borderlands 2 is on here. I'm looking for something that some of the ones that people like. 10% off is a thing with the Elder Scrolls right now. Let's see if there's anything else particularly notable in here. BioShock Infinite you can get for $7.50 on Steam. So this is kind of a cool thing. Something to talk about. Maybe we can like.
What's it called?
Is there any deal.com?
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm typing in anydeals.com and it's not
Yeah.
working.
The Windows Game Store apparently has the Stick of Truth South Park for $6.
Minecraft is featured on the Windows Game Store right now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is something I'm interested in. The Long Dark for $10 on Steam. I would not have known that.
So is this just like Steam, or oh no,
No,
you can
yeah.
hover it and it goes to different websites?
Green Man Gaming, Windows Game Store, Mac
Okay.
Game Store, plus 6 others in this one.
Life is Strange for $3.39. Wow.
Ooh.
Probably
80%
one
off.
episode. Oh no,
Oh,
it might
yeah.
be the first one.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
cool. So that's a thing.
Alright. Let's take a look at releases.
This week in releases is huge, more so for movies. Before you start talking about it, the reasoning we got to talk about, Disney Plus releases this.
Life is Strange 2 is $1.90. Just a heads up.
It releases Tuesday. Disney Plus does release Tuesday, which is coming fully loaded with a lot. But go ahead, James.
All right. On the 11th, we got Romancing Saga 3 coming out for the Switch and PS4, and Truck Driver coming out on PC on the 11th. 12th, we have Yaga coming out on PS4 and PC, and VR Ping Pong Pro coming out on PC, PS4. Bee Simulator coming out on PS4 and Switch. Doctor Who: The Edge of Time coming out on PS4 and PC on the 12th as well. What all is coming out? 13 really doesn't have anything. Mercenaries Wings, The False Phoenix, Last Labyrinth, and Spider Solitaire F coming out on the Xbox One. Can't wait to play my Spider Solitaire on my $500 system. Age of
15th.
Empires 2 Definitive Edition comes out on the 14th. That's the 4K remaster version of it. Gear Club 2 Unlimited Porsche Edition. Okay.
Appreciate it, guys.
That comes out on the 14th. Kingdom Under Fire 2. They're making a sequel to Kingdom
Yes.
Under Fire? Kingdom Under Fire 2 is coming out on the PC
Thank
on the
you.
14th. Terminator Resistance comes out on the
Maybe.
PC on the 15th.
Yeah, I
Jedi
forgot
Fallen
Bee
Order.
Simulator. Comes
Oh
out
yeah,
on the
Beast
14th.
14th as well. Yeah, no one cares.
The fuck? It's
Uh,
like the Goat Simulator version.
Pretty much. And then the 15th, we got some pretty bangers going on.
Yeah, we do.
got Jedi Fallen Order coming out on the 15th. Tokyo Ghoul Recall to Exist coming out on the 15th as well. And Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out on the 15th as well. And that
Yep.
brings us to the next week.
Yeah, so quick movie-wise, anybody cares, Charlie's Angels, the reboot, comes out the 15th.
I didn't even know
And-
they were still making that.
Yep. Terminator 5 comes out this week as well. So, yeah, so that'll be big. And I always say that the Disney Plus comes out on Tuesday. So this begins the war of the streaming services. Apple Plus has already been doing big numbers. And now Disney Plus comes out, so we shall see who reigns supreme. I'm gonna give it a couple weeks before I dive into some numbers to see like what actually like has taken off and stuff, because I think that only makes sense. So,
Who's gonna have the biggest loss leader?
what do you mean?
Who's gonna have the biggest loss leader? So like none of these platforms make money. Like it's just a straight fact.
I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty good. I think I'll live fairly well for quite a while.
You
at
get
least.
Disney. You get Disney Plus for free whenever you sign up for a new Verizon.
Well, I mean that's Verizon paying them.
Yeah.
But
So
like
that's a good deal.
Netflix, Hulu, those things have never made money.
Well,
Like-
Netflix is cracking down on the shared password, so
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
they're
Because
going to
it
try
costs
to
them
lock it.
It costs so much money. Same with Amazon Prime. Video. Like it costs so much to produce these original TV shows. It costs so much
Thanks
money
all hanging out.
to get the licenses for these shows and movies. It's like they don't make money.
Yeah. So we'll see.
They're just who can be the biggest in this space just to take up the market share.
Yep.
That's why it's a loss leader.
Agreed.
So
I mean, I'm thinking Apple's is gonna do fairly well. Honestly, I mean, it's Apple.
it's already like the Bono. It's like the U2 album. It's already pre-downloaded on your fucking Apple devices.
Yeah,
Whether you want it or not, it's already pre-downloaded.
that's true. That's very true.
Yeah,
And especially if you're already an Apple Music subscriber, and if you like go to college or something too, you get it for free. If you're in college and you have the discounted Apple Music, you get their streaming service for free.
same thing with Spotify and Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just trying that, but
Well, gentlemen,
all right.
it's a good podcast. Actually, not
It
as long as I
indeed
expected.
is.
So,
Not as long as
Not
you
as long as
expected.
you expected.
Yeah, how
Well,
long do you expect it?
I expect
Like
because
4
Like a
goddamn
2.5
hours?
hour podcast.
well, no, I expected because
2.5. This is a fucking 3-hour podcast. This has been
Maybe,
a 3-hour
maybe.
goddamn podcast.
did it again.
What did it
Goku
again?
powered up.
Oh, did he? There you
Goku
go.
went Super Saiyan 3. I
I
honestly need to
appreciate
make that
all you
way
just
shorter. That's literally like a 8-second of
Just make it like a 5-second thing.
It's literally Goku just going ham, powering up to Super
DM
Saiyan
me
3.
if you got a cast.
Thanks for the follow, by the way. No, when I saw the time after we finished our weeks, I was like, this is going 4 hours.
Well, my ass opens in the morning.
So
Yeah, I opened in the morning too.
So let's.
I was
let's
I was
finish
hoping
off this
2.5 hours.
Well, I originally was hoping for that. Then I'm like, fuck, what's that? An hour and 45 minutes talking about our weeks.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's finish up the podcast. Schroeder, what are you going to be doing? Where can we find you?
Yeah, Team Splash Screen on Facebook and Instagram, and Splash Screen G on Twitter. Streaming on Twitch, as well as Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube simultaneously, typically. This week we're going to be finished. I'm probably going to run the second round of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Because I went through the demon door last time, because everybody, that's what they wanted me to do. So I ran through the damn demon door. This week I think I'm gonna run through the angel door and see what happens. Other than that, after the show, I'm probably gonna jump on Cuphead and play that for a little bit. And then that's probably something else I'm gonna continue over the course of the week. And then we got our Thursday night battle royale, open invitation, PvE. It's a good time. That's on Thursdays. The Discord link is on my Twitch. Let us know if you want to join. That's an open invitation for the most part. And then other than that, we have Tuesday. I plan on jumping on and doing a pretty much doing a just chilling stream where we talk about. I actually want to cater it towards like just discussing streaming and like different things people are doing. And like last week, I made some cover art while we just talked about stuff, so that was
Nice.
pretty cool.
Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
happen to still want to do that thing we were talking about?
What's that?
You said if you want to do that conspiracy thing to pop in on a Tuesday and
Yeah. Well,
We
that's
can get
open
after it.
mic night. Think of it like that.
okay.
So anybody can jump on, and actually, even the Discord link is open for that too. If you just want to jump on and chat. So that's gonna be
Sure.
probably on Tuesday nights because I don't want to put a lot of thought into it. So that's just
No, yeah,
chilling and
absolutely.
chatting or something. And then
Shit, I love the schedule.
Yeah, so I got a lot of things on my plate. It's just now I gotta do my best to implement it. So I'm gonna be as human as possible about it all. And then I'm also trying to
Did you say
use
where
Twitter
we can find
more.
you?
Yeah, on Team Splash Screen on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter is Splash Screen G, and Splash Screen Gaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Shit, good shit,
Nice.
good shit.
Yeah.
I missed that, so I wasn't sure if you did. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mark?
Nothing too crazy. I've just been playing some COD. I'll probably stream that at one point, to be honest. Reckon some
Nice.
news just for fun.
Well, I'm not
can
doing
find-
good, but I lead the game. Oh, I didn't
I just have
do that
fun.
great.
I just have fun. That's all that matters.
I spent
you can-
$60 on this fucking game.
Pretty much. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if it's worth it or not. Yeah. It's a Call of Duty.
Sure
But you can find all of my content at MarkDude701. If not, look at mark.exe. I believe that's where all of my other social media is.
Pretty sure
to
that's where it's at.
Somewhere else. Somebody else.
That is what is
Hey.
up.
What's
Yeah.
coming up? What's coming out?
So for me, other than what's become my norm Thursdays, hanging out with Team Splash Screen, the good guy over, and if you're on my stream, he's in the top left. Mark
Yeah,
pops
mine
up
too.
in there pretty much every time. Jeremy, every now and then. Sometimes pop in,
Rare,
then pop
but-
out, then pop in. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna be playing some more of everything because there's over, I believe,
It's a lot of
some odd
games.
thousand.
A lot of games.
There's over some odd thousand
Damn it! I
items
was
you can
biting my
become.
goddamn tongue.
And I have only hit 116 of them in the matter of 2 hours. So there's over 1,000 different things you can become throughout that game. So that's
Aw.
gonna be something I'm gonna enjoy.
Where can we find
It's
you?
gonna be a long time. I wasn't done.
I was making sure.
So
Sorry.
I'll preface, it's okay. Everywhere, literally every social media platform is YF Kitsune. The only thing that is different, if I end up streaming Fortnite, which I might with my one buddy, we might do that sometime this week. Anyone's able to join that if you'd like. I have a couple of viewers in here right now, so if y'all play that, hit me on the hit my Epic account. It's YF Kit because my PlayStation actually runs a different account, and that's already YF Kitsune. So I fucked myself out of my name, but it's okay. But yeah, everything's YF Kitsune. Twitter, Twitch, Mixer, if it worked. Instagram, Facebook. I think I already said Facebook, but whatever. But yeah, everything. Literally just go on to social media and type in YF Kitsune, you'll find me. Because I somehow got lucky enough to take that name overall. But the other thing I do want to start playing is, if I can remember what it is called, I downloaded. I can't remember the
Everything
name.
2. Electric Boogaloo.
There was another game on the Epic Game Store I downloaded. I don't quite remember, but I will be streaming more games this weekend, and I'll be talking about that again next week on Sunday. But yeah, just stick around. To the 12 to 13 people that just instantly followed me, I appreciate the fuck out of all of you. Stick around for some content.
Why is that
We'll be
always
hanging
happening
out.
to you? Son of a bitch.
I don't know. They're
Good
all
though, good job.
Thank
organic.
you so much.
I don't know. I love all of you people. Thank you. But yeah, stick around. We'll be hanging out. We'll be having some fun. And YouTube, that shit should be up soon. As Jeff had said earlier, Splash Screen, Shrug, whatever I've called him past 13 times in the same sentence. I'm going to be chopping up my videos from here. I'm going to be putting them into 15-minute segments, and then I'm actually going to take those videos and edit them to maybe shorter, depending what they are, just because I don't want to skim 6 hours of a fucking stream. But yeah, YouTube will be popping up soon, I promise. Whoever else is ready, just remember YF Kitsune on every social media. Whoever's next.
I'll go. Make sure all of Nate's followers, you follow Captain Geech 15. That's
Yeah,
CAPN
Splash Screen Gaming too.
Yeah,
EECH
show the
15.
boys some
Son
love.
of a bitch.
At least-
Why is that? It happens to you like every other show or something.
All I need is 6 followers to get to 50, so I can start my affiliate transform. Once again,
you're
that's
so
CAPN H 15. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, at the same time,
Not saying, but just saying.
I was contemplating.
Psych, but not psych.
Honestly, it's just gonna be probably Call of Duty, but I was looking at Star Wars, and I want to do something different. So I honestly think I might get
It
it.
was solo stream.
So I think I might get myself some Star Wars. I've always loved Star Wars. Some of my favorite games of all time is the Force Unleashed games. Love those games. I think they're phenomenal. So that's pretty much it. Captain Geach 15 on everything. I removed the underscore because I'm a baller. But no, that's pretty much about it. And Sir James.
All right, so I'm gonna be playing more Fire Emblem if I feel like fucking streaming. I'm gonna be playing off stream a lot of Death Stranding. That's gonna be most of my time in life. Might stream some COD, who knows? YouTube if I actually feel like I'm fucked enough to do actually, you know, editing and stuff. You can check my definitely not Man of Medan. That's gone to hell. Yakuza 0 and Final Fantasy 7. We're trying to think of something else to a third game to play. Maybe in a few weeks we might pop in something else. But you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, at People I Hate Studios, and you can follow me on Twitter at People I Hate 10.
Good shit.
If you like anime and memes.
And James and myself will be doing another Anime Corner soon.
Yep.
Yes, and you can
Please.
find that at levelunlockpodcast.podbee.com or anywhere podcasts are available. Just like you can find this episode after it's uploaded. And make sure you follow us, you love us, you like us, you email us, levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com, and you follow us on Twitter at what, James?
LvL Unlocked Pod. That's LvL Unlocked Pod.
And that was your public service announcement for the evening. So thank you everyone to the Never Ending Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that.
know, man. These are so long. I wonder how many people actually listen front to end.
They used to have a statistic on Podbean, and it was a decent amount.
Really?
One more
we
thing I
so-
want to throw
yeah.
out there
In the
real
3
fast.
hours?
Yeah.
Right.
Just because we all probably have at least a couple viewers at the moment.
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
You're not
Yeah.
even streaming.
Yeah.
But here's
years.
Mark has the
Still.
most.
2 people.
here's one more
Me
thing
and myself.
for me and James. If any of y'all that are watching anywhere on who's streaming, it's one person, 3 people, 12, 13 people. But anyway, definitely shoot over some ideas for anime because
Yep.
me and James are going to need some because we have all of our mainstream ones we all enjoy. But
We're looking at something
find-
more obscure.
yeah, finding obscure animes is a harder think. Right now, I think we're gonna do how cells work. I'm not 100% sure if we fully decided on that one yet. I know I haven't watched a single episode.
I say we watch like 2 episodes and then go from there. We decide.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I think that's all from me. Anything
And-
from anyone else? I believe.
Nope. And from the bottoms of our heart at the Level Unlocked Nation, you lock pickers, low gang, Jake Paulers, KSI sucks, butts, crew.
Does.
See you guys
Speaking
next time. Oh,
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I
Peace.
appreciate
Yeah.
all
Thanks,
of you.
everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
Low
you
Game,
for-
Jake Paulers.
I already
Stopping
said
by.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, you
I know,
did
I'm
say
saying it
that a
again.
second
Peace,
ago.
Have a
boys.
good one.
KSI
All of us.
sucks.
KSI's garbage.
From all of us at Level Unlocked, thank you for your time. Good night.
See you next